most invaluable pawn. So let the merge begin. Now that the spiders are gone, with the core in my hands, reality shall collapse, and my eternal reign will stretch beyond divine grasp. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining. God of all creation, God of your creation now. I do not fear you now. I exist beyond your time. Rule over cosmic beings. One thought could melt your mind. I do enjoy your rage. Could always entertain. Erasure won't come yet. I'll just provide the stage. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining. God of all creation, God of your creation now. So fade away and return to nothing. Your strength is great, but you're no match for me, no. I'll let you live for the entertaining. God of all creation, God of your creation now. Pasta in your head, it tastes like heaven. And we eating pasta and it.
Alright, let's start it there.
Yeah. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Plain hero, Roroni, Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to seven. Where was that? Bravado. You had a hot minute ago. Hey, we got ups, but I wouldn't say we beat. How the saying go, it's a two-way street. Get me on the pipe and you know they had a tweak. I'm just trying to lay my name, you get what I'm speaking. We entertain the masses in any way the weekend. There's some asshole think that you can press the lead and put the whole squad down, get out within the weekend. But we stars, boys, so continue, go and see. We've ended careers before. They call us a lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Play hero, Roroni, Kenshin. We kicked it aside of your door. Use the one who will get to seven. Where was that? Bravado. You had a hot minute ago. Talk big game till you load it ain't one. Got your nails on this track's another freight ton. Not a single dub, so you gotta make one. G, get domino, trying to cook some great stuff.
You can keep ducking, this be the season, but how can we down and new in our treasures while casually pressing your buttons? You keep pretending and nothing, but we can tell you be frontin'. Try threatening us with a poker, but your face looking all left and we calling out all your bluffs and we telling you what is left and we saying enough's enough, but you trying to keep acting tough. If you really think that you run, let me tell you, you ain't the one, cause the song will be nothing speakers and the whole team finna pump it, y'all.
We've ended careers before. lethal weapon. You brandish an unsheathed sword. Played hero Roroni Kenshin. We kicked it outside of your door. You's the one who will get to seven. Where was that bravado you had a hot minute ago? We eating pasta in your head. It tastes like heaven. We eating pasta and it good. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I've realized that I need to be crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity.
Listen up, Anita keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find me in. It's not like these fucking beggars who get down on their knees and build a shrine to the
Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll find the right one. That's the wrong one. Oh my gosh. Hold on. I thought I had it. I thought I had the one that was censored. I swore that was the censored one. Oh my gosh. I'm so upset. I spent so much time censoring that song. Oh. Hold on.
The Jew's gonna be coming after you. She wants the shekels.
No, I did. I downloaded an entirely different song. Well, I downloaded the song and edited it, but I guess I didn't edit it properly.
Oh god, my mod's in your chat, and he's saying, I didn't know you let Amal choose the song.
Hold on a moment. Hold on a moment. I think it's this one. I think it is this one. Hold on. If it's the right one, I think it's this one.
Oh man, I don't
No, it's not that one either. Where is it? I can't find it. I'm upset. Like, it's been so long censoring it too. Rip in
Did you not
peace.
have it like saved in a specific file for this?
I thought I did. Oh my
Like,
gosh.
the safe version?
The one that I made. Oh. Hold on. I'm gonna...
Honestly, you need a clip where you can just go, play me off, Johnny, and it's that SpongeBob clip where it's a random bartender freaking playing the piano.
Okay, there's the Wonder Share from Milra. I wonder if I could just play it from Filmora. Because I cut it out here. Hold on, chat. We are gonna play this. And it's gonna be perfect. Alright.
Are you live?
I am live, yes. My chat has been able to hear me for a while.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Well, good
worry.
thing I didn't say anything too bad.
Don't worry. Okay, so this is the censored one. I know it's censored because I made all these cuts.
Your mod. MommaOcco, do better.
Alright, we're gonna let this one play, and then we'll go live.
I've realized that I
Welcome, chat.
am crystal clear about what I believe, so there's no room for ambiguity.
Listen up. Anita keeps denying the pussy, bitch. You'll find me in. It's not like these fucking who get down on their knees and go shrine to the pussy, please. Cause how am I supposed to even compete with African wildebeest? This slut married a millionaire, took most of the hair that grows on his head. She just wanted to date a tramp and shoot heroin. Trust me, she'd come drain Froggy fresh too if I didn't boot her from the main event. We never faking, never go woke. Tell you, been awakened. Man, she's one with the pigs. How can she hate bacon? And she'd say something like, if you ain't earned your strike, boy, I guess it's there for the taking. I took 2 shots right to the hippocampus. Shook like a bitch while my bitch spread her fat puss. Took 2 shots right to the hippocampus and started crying right before I get the canvas. Damn, that's a motherfucker. Can you remember when you weren't such dude, I thought you were actually funny when you weren't such a funny. Nothing but a everywhere I go, look at this damn. Now that's straight up.
I don't think anyone deserves that level.
Oh boy.
It's just your average day in
It's
Los
also
Santos.
indoctrinated a lot of people into thinking that this is an okay way to behave.
Technically a black guy said it, so it should be okay.
Bullied for my fat lunch. I was bold. Dropped my head in the toilet, wrapped a chain, and then pulled. One day I called him thought it would be cold. 20 years later, I don't throw punches, I prep bowls. And my wife's fucked at least 100 of the same fools. They've stretched the bitch open with their medical tools.
Shut the fuck up, Ian, and sit on their cock stool.
Babe, my head's still in the toilet eating all the soft stool. You dumb bitch, how can you display the gash to everyone at the motherfucking creator clash? So guess they finally grasp that G-rated ass is worth 20 times more than a chin made of glass. Can still taste dried up jizz on this beta cache. Let's just say became attached. Ian dropped the keys, dropped the paper stash. Didn't even leave here with my name attached. That's all in the past, I'm the future of this bitch. Why else would they call me Beta Max? Man, the piece is a blast. Sometimes we sit back and laugh and just freeze frame the moment that my face got smashed. She says that it's her favorite match, my greatest chance to get a semi-dilated snatch. So when your legs open smoothly and almost mechanically, I know it's the ass whooping fucking wasabi handed me. God damn! That's a motherfucking. Can you remember when you weren't such I thought you were actually funny when you were such a nothing but everywhere I go, look at this damn. Now that's straight up.
I should just censor the song properly with bleeps.
I'm also sorry to all the black viewers and minority groups who had to put up with that video.
You should just actually re-record it, and instead of him saying the N-word, it's just him saying Jinja.
Yeah. I can do that too. Oh. Oh man.
Oh my god, oh, I love this club so much. Please, Hassan Pike.
Oh no, oh shit, it's muted! Fuck me!
Oh no!
There we go.
You know that, Hassan Piker? I'm coming to kill you in Los Angeles at your house. Or in the ring. No, in real life. I'm going to stalk him and become obsessed with him and wear his makeup and his dresses and use his skin as a coat like the ancient Irish did. Well, that's your winner, Sam. Hi!
Yay!
Well, that's your winner.
Hello, everybody. I promise that everything is exactly the way that it should be. All right. Stop scuffing. No, that was semi personal.
I'm here, so therefore the scuff is automatic.
Exactly. Exactly.
Occo fan, an Alma fan, Legal Mindset fan, a me fan.
Oh, holy fuck. That was amazing. Brought her niece to work again. Yes. Hello, everybody. Alpha's super glued to... no, so... We've already got multiple people here, so I figured that that was the best place for her. Is on the lap.
Look, you can't tell me that a lap is not the fucking most comfortable place in the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, goodness.
Oh,
so,
God.
How are you two doing today?
Absolutely fantastic after hearing the Lord and Savior Sam Hyde bless my ears.
Yeah.
Yes, for real.
Oh gosh, damn, that was
I had
fantastic.
canceled, and then I had to do like a whole bunch of stuff, and it's funny because I thought I used my social battery, but then I saw that you were reacting to Content Cop, and I'm like, oh, I gotta do that.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that you had a long day and you said you was tired, but I'm glad to see you guys both here. Tonight's gonna be very, very, very fun chat. I'm very, very excited for tonight. Everybody's been telling me all week that I need to watch this. I've had a lot of people try and send me clips, and I'm like, you can't send me that. Can't send me that. All right, we gotta wait. Gotta wait. I promised that I would not watch this. I have like refrained from watching any clips from this. Some people have sent me some small things, and I'm just like, I'm holding off.
So, you know what's super fun? I'll be reacting to this Content Cop as somebody who has never seen any of his Content Cop stuff.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I saw his Leafy one and his Tanamanga
I imagine
one.
I was told it was like really good back in the day, but then like this is like a return to form that nobody wanted. That's what I've been told, but I'm like, well, let's see what somebody who's going into it completely blind also reacts to it, you know? So you guys have seen the old ones, right?
I have seen a few of them, not this one.
Me too. Yeah, I've seen some of them too.
Yes.
Do you have a
Oh,
favorite one, Amal?
Oh, you are floating in the wayside. I'm trying to reposition you again because I can't make up my mind, and you're floating currently. But regardless,
That's okay.
favorite one, God, I can't think of it off the top of my head. I just kind of had a like I watched some of them this morning, and I just kind of put a playlist on and just let them play.
Yeah. Yeah, it's again, like back then, they were unfiltered and they were just, in my personal opinion, fantastic. But now this content cop, I've been told, is absolutely horrible. And leading up to this, I feel like before we actually get onto this, and by the way, really quickly, chat, before we go too deeper, remember to like the stream if you haven't liked the stream already. Please consider subscribing if you haven't subscribed already. We also do have a YouTube goal if you want to fulfill that YouTube goal. I promise that if we fulfill this YouTube goal, we are going to get a content yippie, which is really just a yippie with a police hat on. so if you want, if you want a content yippie, like the stream and consider helping to meet the goal. But I figured that it would be interesting to kind of talk about the lead up to this, because before like anybody actually like sees this, iDubbbz decides to make a tweet showing that he is going to make a new content cop. And so what I wanted to do first off, before we like actually watch the main thing here, is just kind of go through this timeline. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the tweet that he made here, where he decides to post on Twitter on April 12th. I remember what was happening. I think I was like in the middle of work and somebody showed this to me and I was like, oh my gosh. And at the point I really wasn't quite sure what to expect, but I started listening to people that had ideas and smatterings about who it would be about. And obviously everybody knows what it's about now, but I am curious to both of you.
Almost everyone that I saw predicted Ethan.
Everybody,
like everyone said it's gonna be H3.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Amal? Who did you think it was gonna be about?
I wasn't exactly sure. I usually don't like predicting stuff because I just like to wait and see till it happens.
Yeah.
I was kind of on the boat more for Sam Hyde, since he has come back in more relevancy with his Sam Hyde videos, and stuff. And I would say they have beef. So I was kind of expecting more along those lines. Then again, he did get destroyed.
Sam Hyde and iDubbbz have beef?
Yes, they have major beef. I haven't watched this on camera with you.
I did not know this.
But there was a documentary that Sam Hyde was going to do with Ian, where Ian was basically going to do kind of not like his content cop documentaries, but Ian has these other documentaries where he goes to talk about like failed YouTube stars, and Sam Hyde was going to be one of the next ones. And what Sam Hyde ended up doing is punking him by joking around with him, and basically doing a bunch of fake stuff. And iDubbbz could not really capture what he wanted to do from that documentary. I still haven't seen iDubbbz's version of that documentary, so maybe one day we'll actually do that. But the documentary is just focused around him following around Sam Hyde. And after that documentary, him and Sam Hyde kind of have a feud where, well, it's really more that he hates Sam Hyde, and Sam Hyde's just kind of like a goblin that is messing around with iDubbbz, and so that's why a lot of people believe that it could have been about him.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But my personal opinion was that it was probably going to be Ethan, because Ethan is the guy that everybody on the progressive left is hating on recently. And because my only like schizo theory as to why it was going to be Ethan was because recently he had issues, and he was kind of hoping that iDubbbz would take his side, and iDubbbz was like, I'm not taking your side, I'm not taking anybody's side, I am on my side only. And it really kind of upset H3 because iDubbbz has been like H3's friend for a long time and stood by him, and H3 has done a whole lot for him. And if I remember correctly, on Creator Clash, it was Creator Clash 2, where some of the H3 podcast team was in the boxing match, and I believe in Creator Clash 3...
Wasn't Creator Clash 2 like really bad, or was it 3 that was bad?
3 is happening this year. But 2 was a massive failure. They actually lost a couple $100,000. So no money went to charity. And this year, I believe that some of the people from the H3 podcast are still going to be on the card, allegedly. If that's the case, I have no idea why the fuck iDubbbz would make this, considering the fact that, again, iDubbbz and Ethan were friends, like actual, like really good friends. Like when Creator Clash 2 happened, iDubbbz went on the H3 podcast to talk about it. So God only knows why iDubbbz decided to do a content cop on his best friend that he's had for quite a long time. And a lot of people think that is because he is buddies with his son. I honestly really think about the same as well. And so because of that, it comes off as very snaky and very gross, and a lot of people, sounds like, from what a lot of people are saying, didn't like it. But with all of that kind of like preamble out of the way here, there really isn't much that I want to say beforehand. I really just wanted to give a couple minutes so more people could get in here. But we are going to get started. This is an hour long. It's not as long as I was expecting it to be, which is kind of good in my personal opinion. So we're going to go through this. We're going to commentate. We're going to enjoy it. We're actually not going to enjoy it. I'm sure that's going to be high tier cringe. So
real quick for the people on my side of things, any biddies, donos, super chats, all that stuff will be read at the end. So thank you in advance.
Mhm.
As well as the smug elf over here is EvaElfpire Eva, and so she got a new bottle. So definitely check her out. She's the law elf.
Yes.
So
yes, she is.
yes. You know everything all law, so go to her.
Mhm.
And obviously Oko has been on the channel multiple times, but yes, she's linked to the and both of them are linked in the description, plus also in the title. So yeah. Check them out. Thank you.
Really quickly, somebody mentions about a development in the Alyssa Mercante lawsuit. Something I was not thinking about bringing up, but I will bring it up in the background for afterwards if we have time, if the elf wants to talk about it. But allegedly, Alyssa Mercante added a couple of content creators to her lawsuit, and a lot of people think that she's only adding these people in to dox them.
What? No way.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to, I can bring it up really quickly right now. It can take it'll be a couple minutes of a thing. It's up to you.
Link it to me in the yeah. Actually, bring it up because
Okay.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, give me a moment. I have to go to the Smash JT account.
Oh god, we got some crazy people doing crazy things.
Yeah, give me 1 second. Okay, here it is.
I
Here
heard
it is.
that
Here it is.
she docs like Rex says Desu.
Apparently, there's the View is being sued for defamation.
Okay, so here it is. We'll make this one pretty quick. Just before we, my apologies, chat, for the content cucking right now. But I felt like this was very interesting to get Ava's opinion on. So this is coming from Grums. Saying, quote, they doxed every YouTuber they could in Alyssa's filing in the lawsuit against Smash JT, including perhaps Rev Says Desu. Why these people have nothing to do with the lawsuit? Here's why. They wanted to dox, they wanted to put info out in the public, and they wanted to sheen legitimacy to do it through a lawsuit filing. Very evil people. So I don't know if this is new. I'm going to assume that it probably is. I don't know how people would not have figured this out already. I'm going to assume that this is a brand new thing. But all of the blocked out stuff is personal private information of other YouTubers that is probably not otherwise accessible on the internet. But because it's being posted here in a court doc filing, this will be the place to find it. Sadly and unfortunately. So I'll go ahead and read this. Quote, 203 prominent inhabitants.
So, yeah, read it.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
You're good. Prominent inhabitants of Tarzia, which is Smash JT's name, ecosystem include blank, based, blank, who posts on the YouTube channel Toasty with the Mosty 69, blank, based content creator, blank, who posts to the YouTube channel Rev Says Desu, blank, based gaming influencer, blank, who posts to the YouTube channel, quote unquote, and blank, based gaming influencer, blank, who posts to the YouTube channel 8-Bit Eric. So they are I'm pretty sure that if you looked really difficult, look really hard, you could probably find some of these people's information. I know for a fact that Rev Says Desu was already doxed by an infamous doxing website, not the Kiwi Farms. And so his stuff was already out there, but he has not acknowledged it or talked about it, which is why nobody really cared. But now it looks like Alyssa Mercante is trying to further...
Do we know what court, what district
I believe she's in...
filed in?
I believe she's in New York. I believe she's in New York. I don't know for sure. You would have to look that up.
God, fucking New York.
But yeah, a lot of people think that the only reason why she's doing this, and one of the reasons why she is bringing this lawsuit against Smash JT in general is because she wants to get his information out there for crazy people. That is the consensus that people
New York
are.
Eastern District Court. Yep.
Yeah, that is the consensus that a lot of people are having. And some people, myself included, are wondering if this is potentially illegal or if potentially you can have legal recourse from this, because that's what everybody feels like is going on with this here.
Sadly, probably not.
No, you don't think so?
But the reason why is because this is this is what Mercante is trying to do. And if you could prove that somehow, you might be able to get the case thrown out entirely and stuff. But because it's a court document filing, it's not really it's difficult to get to actually taking action against that because it was filed in a court and court records are public. Now, what you could do is if anybody takes this information, regardless of if it's been publicized or not, and they publicize it to a new audience, their audience, they make a video on it, whatever, right? And they don't have anything blocked out like that. Well, now they could be liable for criminal doxing because several states, including the state of California, define doxing as the republication of uniquely identifying information. It has nothing to do if the information was public or out there or not. The only thing that matters is that the information is uniquely identified to you and that the person who quote-unquote doxed you publish that information to an audience that wouldn't otherwise come across it. So while this in and of itself is not doxing or actionable, if anybody uses this information and republicizes it, it's entirely possible that could be actionable.
Well, that's what my thought process was. And unfortunately, because it's official court filing, there really isn't much you can do about it. It still is very disgusting and scummy, and I expect that.
Yeah,
I expect some people not to care.
People doing DMCA complaints on Iron Mouse to try and get her information. It's the worst kind of scummy that you could be. Yeah,
it is. It is, and it's really disgusting and unfortunate. Because again, there really doesn't seem to be how much you can do. But I know that people are probably going to try and make jokes and laugh about it. I just think I think this is just sad. Very sad, childless behavior. I say that not knowing if Mercante actually has a husband.
This gets unlimited strikes. This is in my stream. So when we react to videos on other people's streams, we don't have that strike rule.
This is true. This is true. I don't have a strike rule. I have a content rule. If it has content, if it's very funny and content worthy, we are definitely going to.
And you know what? You managed to get through way more of that. What was that video? You got about 18 minutes.
Oh, the Grums video? I finished it. I finished the Grums video.
The Grums video, yeah.
But I called him a slur halfway through.
You finished it?
I watched the whole thing, but I did call him a slur halfway through. I called him the F slur.
I don't blame you. I couldn't get like 3 minutes in, so.
I called him the F slur because I was just like, this bro is such a bundle of sticks. Can't you get jail time in Japan if you dox someone there? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
It's possible, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't live in Japan.
Yeah. All this stems from main character syndrome. Internet famous people are just one rung above average Karen. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of a short thing. I did want the lawyer's opinion on it because it is kind of massively retarded, and I think the fact that people are doing it, or that she is doing it, is really gross. I know that the lawyer that she has hired is one that is like anti-free speech, and so it's just, yeah. Which Grums video? The Goonergate one, the one that is allegedly a part one of the series. So that'll be fun. If there is a part 2, and it is just as disgusting as the first one, we might watch it. I don't know. But anyway, that was just kind of a short aside there. Now we'll get on to the main content. The main content.
Oh, it wasn't a Grums video. It was a video about Grums.
Yes, it was a video about him. It wasn't a video by him. It was about him. By a dude that was championed by way too many people that like freedom of speech. Excuse me. Can't believe Occo called him a fanny. Yeah, I did. Anyway, I'm going to turn on the audio for both of you. I'm going to turn up the audio, and we are going to get started here. Are you both ready?
Yippers.
All right.
I'm so freaking ready.
Destination, the beach is surprisingly dangerous.
This is disgusting. Oh my gosh. Fucking hell. I don't like this.
Just admit it. First of all, you don't need to dress like a prisoner. You live in a house.
This looks like a cabin. Average leftist moment. Strap in. I really just like...
Bro, why does the wood look fake on the cabin though? Like, I know all cabins and it looks like it's made of like clay. I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. Time to cringe.
It's funny he did the zoom in on his face so that like the first part of the video, because one of the content cops I watched earlier today was about food reviewers, and he had like a 2-minute section about getting on people who got like too close to their face while they're eating.
Yeah.
And here he is.
And here he is doing it.
Much closer to his face drinking, which is...
Mr. Schnitzel said he really let himself go, but I partly blame the medallion. Is he a medallion?
Wait, did he put on... Hold on.
Did he do the thing?
Oh, no, he did! He did! I know he did. Hold on.
Wait, he
no
did?
way! No fucking way! Oh my god!
Hold on, I'm pretty sure he got one.
Not again! The
Hold on.
curse is
Yes, he
another-
did! He did! Hold on.
No,
He did!
no,
Oh.
Why?
Why does he look like a skinhead? Well, you know, chat, it's really sad that you say that, considering who this video is about. Considering who this video is about, him being a skinhead is not, like, the craziest thing for you to say. The Curse of the Medallion takes another one? Yeah.
Dude, you really, like, seriously, nobody ever... You know what's funny? I remember somebody in my community said, oh, look what I did. And they, like, did the VTuber asset. I get a PNG on my model. And I'm like, deleted now, I will fucking ban you. Like,
One of my fans
like,
drew
don't
fan
fuck
art.
around with that shit, man.
Yeah, one of my fans drew fan art, and I have not saved it, and I refuse to acknowledge it. I believe in the curse. I believe that the curse is a real thing, so it's just like, I don't touch that shit. And what's funny is...
See, I normally don't,
Like, I
but
do
isn't this
believe
like the
part of the
7th
curse-
purpose?
This is the 7th, yeah, this is the 7th person.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, this is like the 7th person. Yeah, instead of 7 or 8. Like, it's Nicholas Requeda, who was just sentenced, by the way. It's this guy. It's Chris Chan themselves, obviously. It's
Yeah, the originator
what
of
was
the
he?
demon.
Wow, God, there's like 2 others I'm forgetting.
I know that there was a VTuber that ordered 2 of them, and she ended up, like, getting really sick and having major health problems. And I told her to
Didn't
burn
Mudahar
them.
also?
Oh,
Where is
Mudahar,
he?
yeah, Mudahar.
Yeah.
Yes, Mudahar. Mudahar was the one I was thinking about.
Like I said, I don't even really believe in this stuff, but when you have like almost 10 people get knocked down one by one.
Oh, Ethan Ralph. Ralph did too. And, you know, I mean, Ethan Ralph's life already was falling apart, but like...
there you go. There you go. Yeah. Well, yeah. Hey, he pushed the accelerator on it though.
Yeah, pretty much. Auntie, don't spoil it. Don't spoil it. You're getting a little too ahead. You're getting a little too ahead, but yeah. Yeah, like, this man fucking ruined his life, and, like, chat, don't put on the Sonichi medallion, because you'll turn into a homeless person that drinks beer all day and watches, Jews on the couch. Dick Masterson put it on? Yes, he did.
In our defense, like, actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually, accusing Ethan
What
of killing
the
his dog
fuck?
is maybe too far. Because they have mobilized.
Is he really trying to sell that he's a loser now? Like, legitimately. I know that some dudes unironically look like that.
Seems to be like what he's doing. Like,
But-
oh, I've let myself go.
Andy Worski did too. Andy
Either that or
Worski
he's
saved
trying
himself.
to appeal to people who enjoy the dad bod.
This ain't no dad bod. Holy fucking shit.
Such an insane harassment group that anybody who says any fucking thing.
Ironic. Is it bad of me that I'm looking at his arm right now and I'm like, I'm waiting for him to start jerking off to this. That's unironically what I think that his next arm movement is going to do. That's so bad.
They will attempt to ruin their lives.
His hand is right down there. Like,
Yeah, it is. That's why I'm like, dude, are you going to start jerking off? What the fuck?
I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people.
What we do here is go back.
At least he kept the music.
Oh my gosh, he looks like a fucking cuck with that hat on. Like, without the shirt on and just the hat, it looks like he's about to climb out of a porno.
No, I'm sorry. What is with the, like, is that like a bird on his fucking collarbone? That looks like some straight up freaking Boone shit. For those who don't know who the Boone were, they were a member of the Nazi party.
Here.
But, like, I'm sorry. Like, this guy's, like, looking really, really bad.
Let me see if I can find his
one
tattoos.
direction.
There's his tattoo. There's a good image of his tattoos. It's not the most recent image, but it's an image that will show you the bird. And yes, this is an unaltered image of him.
Not bad. What in the world?
This is an unaltered image of him. This is an image he himself has posted.
Jesus.
Probably
why
at
is
his
he wearing
wife's
makeup?
request. I don't know. You know.
Yeah.
Because he's worth it.
All this makes me want to unironically watch Ethan. That's the sad part, Chad, is because I hate Ethan too. But like, people make Ethan look more funny. But yeah, this is unironically. I know he's got more tattoos, but this is just terrifying to look at. I'm sorry for subjecting you to
sword
it.
stain too?
Yes, but wait. The fuck is that on his...
We're not good. No, don't go back. I don't want to bring it back.
I'm not bringing it back up. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is that on your pants? All right, let's continue. I don't remember this in any of the other content cops. Like, I know that he like has this intro, but I don't think he did any of this shit, did he?
He would get into like wrestle fights with the other person he would do content cops with. Like
Yeah.
they would just like attack each other and do a bunch of like it was pretty similar to this. Like cringy, weird, gay ass looking fights, but it's supposed to
He
be like
definitely looks gay. I'll tell you
dumb.
right now. Definitely looks gay.
Oh, but now he's all alone.
yeah. No, he doesn't have the other dude he was with.
Yeah.
Rolling in the sand or anything like that. And he's also full shirtless. Well, till now.
Yeah. Why?
This reminds me of the Trailer Park Boys where Leahy puts his old police uniform back on. It didn't go well for Leahy either.
You know, what's crazy to me is just having finished Breaking Bad, I feel like he's about to walk out with Jack.
Bro, okay, I was trying not to like say anything, but I'm like, dude, he looks like Jesse Pinkman if Jesse Pinkman just like never answered any of the knocks that Heisenberg gave him.
Yeah.
You know, just like that one girl died and he just stayed inside.
Mhm.
Like that would have been Jesse.
Oh my gosh, chat, we're only a minute 30 into this. Holy shit.
What's up,
And this is the point where a lot of people would close the video.
everybody? I'm Hassan Piker in the
Yeah,
sauce,
'cause,
and our
like, the
broadcast coming
intro-
to you live.
As cringy as it is in the spirit of the original content cops. And so you're just like, okay, it's kind of bad, but like it's still in the same spirit as the original content cops. But then
But
Hassan appears.
But then you bring up this motherfucking hedonist.
Live
yeah, it's like,
from a cloudy
So,
day
like,
here in California.
So basically, it's like this guy just ruined it all. Huh?
Yeah. Yeah. This gets even worse when you count his performance at Creator Clash in terms of strength and ability. He's doing gay shadow boxing on the camera. Yeah. Okay, bye guys. He's on screen.
California, Los Angeles, we're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. I have a very important announcement. I finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke.
Did he
and I'm not gonna
really?
call it context puke as I normally do because
I don't believe you. You're going to have to prove to me during this video that you actually did it because you never watch anything. What the... Well,
Bro,
excuse me.
why wouldn't... Yeah, first of all, you put on a reaction and then you leave the room. Okay? Like, come on.
I don't believe he actually did it. What the fuck?
the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was Correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am
At least he's being honest.
Vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly, Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything, including my glass.
You know, he says that as a jest, but this man is single, and Ethan has 3 kids. So, I don't know why he thinks that's a funny joke, because he's literally...
Yeah, I mean...
He literally has no family.
Yeah, he can be hard funny, but, like, dude, the man, like, Ethan owns his house, has a family, has kids who love him, I imagine, and you're alone here with a shelf full of things that are ha-ha funny memes, a weird number of things, like, I see a lot of Hassan shit. Is he a narcissist?
Yes. He's a narcissist and he's a hedonist. He literally admits in the
Sorry, I didn't.
in the video we watched
is
he's a hedonist.
Sorry, I didn't mean to like say that. I'm looking at his background here, and I'm seeing like Hassan mugs and like what looks like maybe a Hassan fucking T-shirt, and had like another picture, and I'm like, okay, this is a lot of your face to have in your room.
Yeah, is that a fake chat box? I feel like it is, definitely.
They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the content, Nuke. And he was right about that too. How did he know everything? How?
I mean, it kind of looks like it, but by the same token, I don't know if it's real. I don't know. The chat looks fake. I mean, it kind of does.
So that's something I was actually wondering about before when I've seen clips pass around. I actually watched them, just seen them like on my feed. I was just like, how has this not been leaked by people? If this chat was real, surely people would be talking about all online.
Yeah, he just said, I don't think they did this segment when he was live on Twitch. So yeah, I think maybe like he just took some of his chat like when he was doing some stupid shit and he let it play and then he recorded this offline, right?
It's possible, yeah.
That's what I think he probably did.
It's very possible.
Because I mean, it like the chat looks like he might be playing a game or something. It's mostly emotes and like one-liners.
Yeah, something like that. Look how greasy. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we're gonna switch to this one.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
Oh my fuck.
Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan.
What the?
Wake up.
Okay, like legitimately, this is bothering me so much. Holy shit. I am about to like we are not even 3 minutes in and I already want to stop watching. We're not even.
Do you see why I have a 3 strike rule?
How far ago do you think you would have hit it?
I haven't hit it yet because my strikes are really like if someone's making an absolutely ludicrous statement with no evidence to support it, if someone is saying something openly defamatory, like you have to cross a legal line to get a strike on my shit. So far, this is all super cringe, but nothing has crossed a legal line. So he has not gotten a strike yet in my book.
No, it's just like I'm about to crash out. That's how bad this is. We are not even
really
into
cringe.
It's real. We're not even into the real shit. But I want to crash out.
It's about to rage.
Oh, somebody DM me saying the chat is fake and to pay attention to it. Oh, you know what? That is true. A lot of them are just saying Ethan, wake up. Oh my gosh, a couple of neo-Nazis going after. You know what, Pagan? That's very accurate.
Can't believe they're still using such a racist emoji like Pepe. Symbol of white supremacy, clearly.
I know, right? Where'd you get that
How
sassy
pathetic.
elf on your child on your lap from? Excuse me. I took her from
Pepe is almost as
from the
bad
Nords.
of a hate symbol as the OK symbol is to white supremacy.
Holy fuck, this is bad. All right, let's continue.
Ethan, wake up. Time to be awake, Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Why did you bring literally one of the biggest whores on Twitter? Oh my fuck.
Who was that?
That's
I'm
Denims.
sorry, I don't know.
Okay.
I have nothing on Twitter. Okay.
Denims.
Let's do that with Denims.
Denims is the woman who asked for a $10,000 later raised to $30,000 hit on Grums and Asmongold. That woman has advocated for the death of 2 men. She is like spouted a bunch of crazy ass shit.
I know exactly who she is now.
Yeah. And she has never faced any repercussions for it.
That's almost, you know what? I'm going to apply a single strike on the video just for her appearing.
Yeah. I should sue Ethan for emotional damage for unironically putting denims and Frogan on my screen.
That's one strike. That's one fucking strike.
Like, I have a headache now, I'm telling you.
No longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is telling you to wake up.
Wake up.
Ethan, wake up.
No! Why did you bring on? Why?
Oh, that might be strike 2. That might be that's strike 2. I'm sorry.
Bro.
Miss Veterans should get PTSD.
Legitimately, my head.
Veterans deserve to get PTSD. Freaking maniac. Okay.
Shit.
Like, is there anything we can do to calm down? Because I feel the rage boiling. Like, it's bubbling up inside.
I don't know. We're just gonna have to go in. Oh.
Ethan, wake up.
Who the fuck is that?
So apparently, that black dude is the one. There's a clip of him saying that if you say the N-word, you deserve to be killed, and advocate for people to be killed if they say the N-word.
Okay.
Which, if that's the case, rest in peace, people.
My brain.
Hasta la vista.
My brain. All right, let's continue.
Just wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna do a react con.
Why is that so early in the video? No. I can't. I don't know what's worse.
I'm not gonna lie, it sounded like you got up and walked away from your microphone.
I almost did. I literally almost did. I don't know what's worse. The fact that they're doing this dance or the fact that this fat bitch thinks that she can dance, because you're watching here. I'm going to reverse it just like a tiny bit. Like, we're going to reverse it.
I'm laughing too
We're going to reverse it here. Watch how this woman tries to dance.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up, Ethan.
Look, watch how she did.
There's no sway. It's just stepping.
And this woman is apparently a health
She's
expert.
Just stepping.
Oh,
she's
right. The fat
health-
cow's a
what?
health expert.
Oh.
Yeah. You know, body positivity and health expert are not the same thing. I'm sorry to say.
Please don't reverse it. I'm sorry, chat, but like this is insane. Oh, my head.
Yes, he's nearly 40 years old and he's doing a Fortnite dance.
Really quickly before we continue, I missed a super chat last night and I deeply apologize about that, so I need to catch up before we continue. Where is it? It was from Wolfsbane talking about a technical thing. No, did it get rid of it? Why did it get rid of it? Fuck. Wolfsbane, it didn't save it. Oh, I'm upset. Wolfsbane donated like $5 yesterday talking about the technicals and Zaptai thing. For some reason, it didn't save. I'm upset now. I'm really upset now. Make it stop, please. I promise I'll be good. I'm sorry, chat. It has to go on. It has to go on. I'm sorry.
React content yet, chat.
I'm the same. Joe Biden's telling you to wake up, Ethan.
Ooh, yummy. I love Sabra hummus.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up.
Ethan.
Wake up, Ethan.
Okay. Please tell me there's a gif of that.
Deep throat. That's Hassan's microphone.
Yes, there is.
I need that gif of iDubbbz sucking Hassan, like, because that is the closest iDubbbz is going to get to sucking Hassan's dick, is sucking the microphone that Hassan talks out of.
No.
Are you sure he didn't do that off camera?
Look, I need this gif of iDubbbz sucking Hassan's piker.
I hate it.
Oh, there's already a bunch of people thinking that like Anissa, or I think I should say your name, was already being flipped by Hassan because iDubbbz is a cuck.
Yeah.
Isn't he like an actual legitimate cuck if I remember correctly?
I don't. It's not like
or is it just the
court.
memes?
It's not. I'm pretty sure it's like not court actual thing. But like,
did he go full sneako?
Kind of. He didn't like admit it, but like he talks about how he's okay with his wife doing OnlyFans and shit. There's a gift.
Okay, so he's a cuck in my eyes then.
Yeah, he's a cuck in everybody's eye. He didn't go sneako mode, but he did. He basically is okay with it.
So I'm just saying, she probably did get fucked by Hassan, and he probably either did join or watch. So he there's a good chance he actually did literally suck Hassan's dick.
Okay, yeah, no, this is actually a great still for it. But he does like this. Is like, dude, you look like a skinhead. It's not a good look. You need to do something different. I don't know what it is. Just pick a lane and commit, because this is not it.
Okay, chat.
See, the worst part is, like when he actually has hair and not covered in tattoos, especially cringy ones and stuff like that. I actually find him like decently attractive.
Yeah.
When he actually has like regular hair and not this and all that stuff. But this ain't it.
If he had some upper body mass a little bit and hair, not a gut face. Like he looks like he's about to do a weird parody of Without Me by Eminem, but he's like his trailer park parts like Eminem. Like he's J-Rock. That's who he is.
Yeah. Okay, chat, I've started a super chat goal. This super chat goal, if you meet it, we will just stop streaming. It's 50 super chats. If you for some reason people want to stop this, and I'm setting it that high because I don't believe it's possible.
Fair, though. That's still fair though. Like
it's light blue.
Where's because like I want
It's a minimum. It's a minimum of $2. So like if people donate that much, we will just stop streaming.
I'm gonna do this. I did say there were 2 strikes, so I'm gonna donate 2 blue super chats.
Don't retract our safety net.
Net strike 1.
You don't have to, but I appreciate it. But yeah, chat. 50 supers and we just stop watching this. Because I feel like, this is like...
Boom. And that's strike 2.
Do it, chat, you won't. Like, I set it that high because I do believe that you must suffer. You guys gotta really want it to stop. You know, I just noticed this. I don't know how this is okay for a YouTube video, but one of iDubbbz's tattoos is just a woman with tits on it. Like, this is a YouTube video, and you can see the tattoo right here with no censorship on it. I mean, if YouTube said...
maybe
like,
because
YouTube,
it's quick enough? Like,
possible.
they don't notice it?
I mean, I'm definitely...
pausing on it?
I'm definitely noticing it. Can I just send $100? No, chat. You have to...
Heavenly Jester just sent him...
Well, Spain did the super chat again? Okay, thank you. Well, Spain, I'll read this one since I owe you for yesterday. It was about Technicals being the one who exposed a lot of Smash Bros. Competitors as predators, and how the commentary community are 50-50 with them. Yes, I do recall that. Thank you, Isom. I appreciate that.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because there was that Smash group, that Smash Brothers tournament group.
Yeah.
That, like, that one VTuber who, like, came out, like, and called out the whole VTuber community, and then it came out that, like, he was friends with that group of Smash Brother players that went down to Mexico to hook up with underage chicks.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking. You know how careful I am with defamation. This stuff is out there.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, chat. No, you can't just send $100, all right? You have to send individual super chats, all right? They gotta be individual ones. Didn't realize the elf got a model? Yes, she did, and it is perfect. All right, let's continue. Also, can I just say, I can't understand a damn thing they're saying. Let me turn on closed captions to see if we can fucking get something in there. There we go, right here.
I would love if, look, hold on. You know what would be great? If you put on closed captions and it just said unintelligible gibberish.
That would be funny.
Like even closed captions.
That would be funny, yeah.
No idea.
Okay. Why? What? I'm like... This just seems like intentionally trying to piss off Ethan Klein for the purpose of pissing him off. And all this is gonna do is like...
it's one big troll so far.
That, like, all I think that this is gonna happen... Like, this is my very base understanding of this video. Because Ethan Klein is very sue happy. Ethan Klein could sue these motherfuckers and make YouTube a worse place because of it.
Not yet.
Well, I feel like that's like what is potentially coming.
I don't see anything here that's defamatory.
Well, no, I know that, but I'm just saying that Ethan Klein likes to sue people. That's the problem.
Is he a litigious person? Because I remember a number of years ago when he had that big copyright case.
Yeah, well, he's
like all of YouTube rallied behind him.
He's suing.
Has he been in more litigation since then?
I know that he's being sued by another guy for apparently defaming them, and I know that he wants to sue that Noah Samson guy that we talked about, where you're like, there's no way that that's going to go through. I don't know.
Oh yeah,
I could be off.
Well, you know what? Honestly, after he released that statement, you might be right. He might be dumb enough to try and sue over this. So far, I haven't seen anything that's remotely defamatory, but you are right. Ethan is very easily butthurt and over stuff that I'm like, dude, I don't see how he can sue over this.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you, but like, this is just.
All right.
He had to do that in one take, probably, in case he had multiple shirts.
Did he get naked?
Yeah, she did. He did.
Mm-hmm.
Making a
Amal looks pissed. I mean,
dude,
I would probably be pissed off too. Chat. This video is
our BF, but yeah.
Content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content.
Then why did you do it?
Cop, iDubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad. If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like,
here's the sad thing.
Did you just mention Sargon of Akkad?
He did. Here's the sad thing.
Huh?
I know that you're in love with him. Here's the sad thing. If he did a content cop on Sargon, Sargon would eviscerate his ass.
You've anchored the thoughts.
He's gone so far down that Sargon would eviscerate his ass. Please change the super chat goal.
Okay, hold the phone. Hold the phone. It's
personal now. It's guys, sweet. Like, I don't know if I can hold her back, but I'll try.
Okay.
Why is he like? I didn't even know Items even knows Sargon of Akkad, because Sargon probably barely knows who the fuck he is. I know he covered it on the Arch and Sargon, the Stanford Bridge stream earlier this week, and I didn't watch it because I didn't want to be spoiled on it for tonight since I'm doing my own thing. But like, why did iDubbbz even bring up Sargon of Akkad? Sargon's basically been focusing on like British politics for the past few years with the Lotus Eaters. Like, Sargon of Akkad was popular in 2016 with Gamergate and stuff. Well, yes, he did the UKIP, I wouldn't even rape you, back in like 2018. But like, once again, that's British politics. Why is he bringing up Sargon of Akkad? What does Sargon do to him? Am I missing a page in Sargon history? Which
I don't know.
Is really rare.
It is very rare for somebody that was on the Sargon side during Gamergate. That it would be very rare for you. So, I don't even know who you are, Thanos of Akkad. Oh gosh.
I want an explanation on this because this actually genuinely like upsets me. But if Sargon would eviscerate him, honestly, he probably won't ignore him. Or two, if he did respond, just be like, well, at least I have a family and kids and I'm not being cucked 24/7 or something along those lines.
Yeah.
Like, just came out of nowhere. Okay, sorry. I'm just
no,
like, what
good.
the fuck?
You're good. This is like bizarro world to me.
like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot, it's Ethan. He's the one who fucking attacked first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have been following him, but there's a lot of people who might not be familiar with the background, with his podcast, with what's been going on over the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of outrageous stuff. Sometimes it's fun, sometimes it's fucked up. He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their dick once at least?
Oh, that's 100 shavers, you trans women. I say, oh no!
And it was mostly that until they actually had to reckon with a very serious...
Wait, why is it not pausing? There we go. There we go. What'd you say, Ava?
Oh, I said, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want that hat that Ethan was wearing. It just looked ridiculous and amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm getting a lot of people asking for changing the super chat and a lot of people saying don't chat. If I were to change it, do you want me to make it higher or do you want me to change it to a completely different goal? Throw your opinions down in the comments.
Topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to talk about that topic.
Palestinian people living in the West Bank are subject to these
I disagree as somebody who has listened to his opinions for the last couple of years now.
horrific conditions, horrific living conditions by the state of Israel, America's greatest ally and the only democracy in the Middle East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, the dance he invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally is.
I was just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burn victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know if you can make that joke in 2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn victims.
I think it's a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan was not prepared for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy. And that's fine, you know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them. His wife's Israeli, she served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a mass
music.
He is, yes. He is. The segment is so biased. I agree.
Is that allowed?
I don't know. It's a good question. Painting his son is a credible source of the...
I'm sorry, it's just wild to hear the Animal Crossing music from, like, the GameCube playing. And I'm like, what the fuck am I listening to right now?
Yeah. I'll tell you what, chat. I'll include a smaller goal for watching the iDubbbz version of the Sam Hyde documentary. Probably not tonight, because this is going to take us long enough. But this is... Yeah. We'll include a smaller goal for that.
Massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're very keyed into. So when they see Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just propaganda, they're going to call it out.
From the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive progressive audience that...
That's true, though. That is exactly what... Okay, we're not going to get involved in politics, all right? Because that's not what this stream is. We're just going to commentate on the retarded people talking about them. But that is literally what they're saying means. Like, I don't know if iDubbbz is just retarded or he's just being disingenuous, but that's what it means.
Ethan has, adopted over the years. They're becoming increasingly critical of his position because now he's talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb, Frogan and Denims and all these dipshits, and everybody thinks this guy's awesome, apparently.
Okay, if you are not somebody that is clued in like me, who hasn't paid attention to this over a while, you wouldn't know why he's getting into fights with these people. These people are picking fights with him first! These people are going after him! I'm sorry, this is like... iDubbbz is so disingenuous. I legitimately want to... I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do it because it's just pissing me off.
I do think Ethan did it to himself, though, for the most part.
Yeah, Ethan is definitely an aggressor in this as well, but like...
Ethan is his own worst enemy, absolutely. But iDubbbz like dusting off content cart for this is just disgusting.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is yeah, it just is what it is.
The fact that we're in a position where we have to defend Ethan again just
makes you upset.
Me.
Yeah, it upsets me too.
I don't, because I
would say that too. That's something that gets me really upset. For more than like the fact that the content was created, I get upset when content that's created forces me to defend somebody whom I otherwise would not defend.
Yeah.
Because you're being that much of a fucking dick, or you're trying to violate someone's rights on that level. It's like, are you like, I do not want to fucking defend. Like, there's one time I had to defend Hunter Biden. I don't want to ever fucking have to defend Hunter Biden in my goddamn life.
Yeah.
But if you
why did you have to defend him?
If you say he's a dude, somebody said he was the runner. He was the owner of a Canadian cartel. It was the most insane out of pocket shit I've ever heard. I'm like, I don't even care about what your beliefs are, but dude, don't ever make me defend Hunter Biden. Like, how dare you?
Jesus.
Yeah.
Even though he looks like Millhouse, fucking
Well,
dork.
Heavenly
Denim's
Jester is going to fulfill your goal, like,
is.
single-handedly.
He is. We'll have to make a reaction night next week just for the iDubbbz doc.
The way was the real villain of the video. Evil, hateful, fucking. And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. And people, oh no, not go there.
And it's all culminated, at least for my story, in Ethan burning bridges with people until...
That was a great clip of, like, Ethan, like, trying to, like, really go hard. And someone in the back there, someone behind the camera was like, dude, fucking pull the fuck up.
Yeah, he has to have that happen often. That's why it's like, I hate to defend Ethan because, like, he oftentimes goes off the rails so bad, and I hate it so much.
He burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help, maybe if he stops harassing other creators, maybe if he does these things, eventually he'll find peace and we can, like, rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally thrown a joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like iDubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid.
Okay, so this is I do like that that I'm getting this timeline here. So he basically started working on this after he refused to defend Ethan Klein. That's what I'm hearing here. It's a good timeline to get an updated on. But
yeah, wow.
this gross.
So this is iDubbbz being extraordinarily petty.
Yeah, he is. He's definitely being petty.
Yeah.
It's
yeah,
gross.
that's exactly what. Wow. What? Jesus Christ.
Which, I mean, kind of spoilers for, like, the iDubbbz Sam Hyde thing. Like, so how do I properly word this? But essentially, during the interview portion of the documentary, iDubbbz asked Sam Hyde, "Do you remember me?" And apparently, how they first met, quote unquote, was back in like 2013, 2014, where Sam Hyde did a copyright strike on one of iDubbbz's videos, because stealing content, whatever the case is. I'm not sure if it actually was a legitimate one or not.
No, he was trying to protect
Hyde,
him from revealing information about a project he was working on.
Yeah, and Sam Hyde did not remember that because by the time the documentary came out, it was like 7-8 years later, something like that. But iDubbbz never forgot, and so there's some valid reasoning for believing that's why he did the Sam Hyde.
Onto things then, yeah.
Yeah, but for that, because Sam Hyde asked in an interview, like, "Are you trying to punk me then?"
Yeah. And
I was like, no. And then Sam Hyde really revealed he had a secret camera after that, and that's in the tune and the interview changed. Once he realized there's a secret camera, for it. So it was definitely, the whole documentary for Sam Hyde was, in my opinion, was supposed to be set up to make Sam Hyde look terrible and ruin him, on purpose.
Yep.
But Sam Hyde just flipped the script on him.
And
iDubbbz definitely likes to hold grudges.
Yeah,
which is
it's
crazy
really funny.
because it's iDubbbz. So
I have so much to say over this. I'm kind of sad we didn't go over it yesterday. I'm sorry, Pagan. Unfortunately, Pagan thought we were going to talk about this yesterday, but instead we talked about the comment cop situation. And I know that, like, I feel bad for that. I kind of feel bad for that.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also, he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking sometimes you gotta just throw something out there. I used to work with this video.
Is this man intentionally trying to be gross? Like, legitimately.
Yeah.
This guy's intentionally trying. Like, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It really bothers me. Also, I need to take my bowl to the sink. You guys talk for like 2 seconds. I'll be right back. I also just need to walk away for a minute.
So how's the weather?
There's a tornado coming up. It's been pretty good. It's been warming up though, and I don't like the warmth, so like it's bad for me. But literally everyone else in my life is like, yay, the warmth.
That's basically how I am too. I like spring. I like my perfect temperature is like 60, 65 degrees. Anything warmer than that, I don't like.
Oh my god,
that's
yes,
it.
Exactly.
Okay. My apologies. I had to...
I'll be out there. I'll be out walking around in like a tank top, and people will be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just talking about the weather. Okay, what's your favorite degrees?
63. 63 on
Perfect.
a
Hell yeah.
sunny
Oh
day.
my god, we all got some cold lovers over here.
A 63 is perfect. Between 63 and 67 is like pretty. It's not too warm. It's not too cold. It's enough that it's enjoyable. That's like perfect camping.
Okay, when
weather.
do you? Okay, what temperature do you start to get chilly?
Depends on how much clothes I'm wearing.
This.
Depends on how many clothes I'm wearing. I'll be honest with you. I don't know.
Okay, is 45 chilly to you?
If I'm not moving and working, it can be, yeah. It can be. It depends. Anyway, let's continue here. Unfortunately, it would be fun to talk about the weather, but you know what, chat? I'm gonna set a I'll set a goal where we can pause once we meet it and talk about
Should we talk
things.
about the weather?
We can. I'll make a super chat goal where if we meet it, we pause for a few minutes and talk about the weather, and then we continue.
Editor named Froggy Tonic. I discovered him because he was in the circles online that I was in. And one of those circles is an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content, he liked Ethan's content, until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not gonna endorse it, I'm not gonna retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just missed my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said they're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit, I'm sure. Ethan, at some point, discovers that iDubbbz's former editor says this horrendous shit about him and Hila. But no one's asking the question, where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be very obviously a problem if Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter looking for something to upset himself with. He has maybe set it up in such—
Why are all of the tweets that you literally just put up on the screen a bunch of Nazi stuff?
No, that's probably not what happened.
Why?
Like, the one time somebody made a negative tweet about me, somebody said, hey, somebody make a tweet about you and send it to me. I've never fucking displayed like doom scrolling for like bad content about me.
Mhm.
That's not how anybody does it. Unless you do, iDubbbz, because that sounds more like a self-report than anything.
It does.
I'm sure that somebody sent these tweets of concern to Ethan. That's how he was made aware of them. Like, come on, that was such an insane speculation.
It was.
I mean, there are people out there that just like look up their name on Twitter and try to find stuff because they're that insane.
This is true.
Or maybe it's just replies I mean, those didn't look like replies to me, frankly. But like, you know, people reply to him criticizing, so then he checks out his account and see what else that they have, which is possible. Once again, if he has problems. But you know, we don't know how he found these things. So scrolling through Nazi Hitler images, okay, like why?
Hey, sometimes you are looking at, I don't know, Nazi Germany.
You just want to see sexy men in suits. I totally understand. I do that all the time.
Those Hugo Boss uniforms, look, they're, whew, man.
We're going to continue.
I mean, unironically.
Chat says that we should let him continue, so we're going to continue.
Such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information. And that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things.
Why? Why can't he?
What?
Why?
What?
Why?
What the fuck? Yeah, what? Okay. Oh, all right. Whew.
For entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account whose intention is to make Ethan crash out. One of the users on the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account has scraped its history, and it's now trying to make Ethan burn bridges. This is within Ethan's own community. Like, this is the thing that he needs to be critical of. It's not me. So yes, I am willing to admit.
Okay. So you're saying that he needs to go after the people that are sharing the editors of your channel instead of just like going to you and talking to you. I'm trying to make sure I understand that correctly. What is the sorry, I'm just dumbfounded. Like what the fuck kind of disconnect is this? He's not supposed to come to you if he finds out that your editor is like being anti-Semitic?
Says it perfectly. Why is Ian speaking on behalf of Ethan's employees when they themselves have no issue with his claims? Like, dude, first of all, absolutely, if an employee of yours sees somebody openly freaking defaming you or whatever, saying some fucked up shit about you, this is just something that I would do for an average person, an acquaintance even.
Yeah.
But if I see that, I'm like, hey, dude, I don't know what this is about, but this guy's over here calling you a piece of shit, and he's making a big stink about it.
Yeah.
You know, like, so of course an employee's going to do that. I don't understand why he's like, no, employees shouldn't be doing that. Absolutely they should. Because the well-being and reputation of the company owner is the well-being of the employee.
It's in their best interest.
If your employer fucking suddenly like just loses all hope, reputation and stuff because of this, well, guess what? That's their job on the line. So yeah, it just, dude, Ian, L take, bad L take.
Very bad take.
That my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast. So I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the two podcast streams
sure,
where
I'm upset with that Ethan is attacking people with lawsuits. But these things are not correlated to each other. They're relevant to one another.
Mm-hmm.
Like, okay, I can dislike Ethan for what he's been doing recently, but I can also call iDubbbz a piece of shit for making an entire fucking video that's an hour long just shitting on somebody because he is feeling petty and vengeful. That's sad. That is a small man.
It is.
Ethan and Hila call us spineless cowards.
Anyway, this guy was saying shit like that Hila's a Nazi, that she kills kids, that she went on like, she's a IDF baby killer, all this types of shit. And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and iDubbbz's feed. My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You don't know what's on my feed. What the fuck is happening? For all you know, I only use the For You tab. For all you know, I only use lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not gonna throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not gonna throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
How many women I fucked? Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia.
I will say that Ethan Klein is like, we're talking about Hassan to a degree that it's just like, okay, bro, if you think that this man is actually like doing something, maybe you want to get a lawyer involved. Yeah, it's kind of creepy. Like, there's a point, like, there's a reason why I don't talk about my nemesis all the time, and it's just like, it gets kind of creepy and kind of obsessive. So, I just think...
Do you have a nemesis?
I do. I made a stream about him. I'll link it to you later. But it's just like...
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
There's a point where you stop, like, obsessing as hard as you do. And Ethan is doing it really, really, really hardly. Or, excuse me, really hard.
These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay on your stream.
Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you've said and done.
Like anti-Semitism is a drug?
That's pretty funny.
Hey, you want some anti-Semitism? I've got some good prices right here.
We did just hit the goal, so I think chat wants us to take a small break. I will reset the goal, chat, after we talk and make it a little bit higher to make it harder. But chat now wants us to talk about the weather for a little bit, and I know that Ava really likes the weather, so we'll let Ava kind of take it away, talk about.
I do.
Just for a few minutes, chat.
So weird.
Listen, we're gonna take a self-care break here for the next 2 minutes.
Today we have had a severe weather event, I believe in Texas. Max Velocity weather forecast on YouTube covered it, but there was also a video showed where there was a tornado that was a mile wide that was supposedly rated only in EF1.
Okay.
You weren't joking about the tornado earlier? Oh my god.
Yeah, it's right. Yeah, it wasn't my tour. It was like I wasn't seeing a tornado approach me. I live on a mountain in Northern California. I'm good. But like I follow, like I got super into tornado and severe weather events like hurricanes and stuff. Maybe 2 years ago when I very first started streaming, and like we're coming into severe weather season for tornadoes, so you'll hear me talk a lot more about them.
Yeah.
Nice.
I remember when I lived in Houston and we had that category 3 last year. That was the worst time.
Oh yeah,
of
that
year.
was a bad one.
Oh yeah, it was bad. Our power was only out for like a day or two, I remember. But like because of how horrible Houston is with his power grid, a lot of people were out for 2 to 3 weeks. And I had to deliver to some businesses. The worst part, and this is a first world issue with me and my job. The thing I hated the most is the fact that I had to deliver to businesses, and because the businesses weren't open because none of them had power, I like started going to my boss and saying, I am not taking some of these because I know that they're still closed. And I just ended up leaving like half of my load back at Amazon one day because it's just like there's no reason to take it because I'm coming right back with it. Oh goodness. How is weather for you, Amal? I know you say you live out in the sticks.
Yeah, what is your weather like over there?
I mean, so far it's been pretty pleasant. It's been like perfect, and I've just been hiding in the basement instead of enjoying it because I hate myself.
Yeah.
But it's like there's a brief, like we only have maybe like a month on average where it's like my ideal weather, where anywhere between like 40 into 60, 65 degrees, and then it starts like hitting hot as balls. And I want to kill myself even more. So I need to actually go outside and enjoy it while it lasts. But that requires me touching grass. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah. Houston, we have a problem. Leafy didn't win. Oh goodness. Let's see.
Actually, fun little weather thing. I was clipped by something back in late October of 2023. Hurricane Otis formed off the coast of Mexico while I was living on my boat, and I was over in the Sea Cortez. It started as a category 1, and in like 8 hours, it became a category 5.
Really?
It hit Acapulco, which it obliterated. I mean, there was sustained winds of 200 miles an hour. That's basically an EF4, EF5 tornado, just sustained over like a couple 100 miles radius. Like, it was by far one of the strongest, most rapidly intensified, record-breaking hurricanes in the world.
Interesting. Who's the girl on the left? That is Amalgamate.
It ended up, when it hit, I had to sail up farther up into the Sea of Cortez, and it was over 60 boats ended up being like tossed by the waves onto like the shore and stuff like that.
There we go. I added Amalgamate to the description so that, chat, if you want to follow her, you should.
I mostly talk politics, though, so if you're into that...
Follow her, you should still follow her.
Yes. All right, there we go. I started a new goal, chat. If you meet this next goal, it's a little bit harder. We'll talk about autism-related things for 3 to 5 minutes, so that includes trains.
And I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. They don't want to throw someone away because they've had some hard moments. We're all fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of people harassing me and everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like I'm fucking crazy.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1 type of harassment I got was people.
He's got to bring up his own trauma in this video. Holy fuck.
What did we say about Petty? What did we say about Petty? Like, he cannot let it go. Like, my God. Dude, listen. I've got a show for you. I got a movie for you. It's meant for kids usually, but this girl, she sings a song you really need to take to heart. Let it go.
Oh my God.
I was waiting for something silly. It's perfect.
People gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by iDubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet...
Yeah, iDubbbz. He literally, this man, like, became a shittier person because he stood by you. That's how dumb it is that you're now doing this to him.
Hated them.
I don't like that Ethan brought this up because it makes the relationship feel very transactional. Like, you know, we're just meant to support each other online despite our own personal morals or principles.
But I'll say this, I don't think they're fucking any friends of mine. And certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing. Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very empathetic.
Are you gonna show
I
the
basically just
message?
said, like, I know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment. And I essentially empathize with that. And I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want halfway friends, I also don't want that kind of halfway friend. I don't want someone who's going to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something when this is like, imagine like one of you guys is like, Hassan actually wants to go to Israel, go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, imagine you not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't one. This guy that I follow on Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees who is streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past 10 years. At one point during this stream, Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre needs to just like disappear. That guy is a piece of shit, like of the lowest order. I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan.
Damn. Okay. Probably shouldn't say that, Hila. It's not very, like, this is definitely being used against you right now.
Again, of course not. Again, like, Hila and Ethan are not necessarily good people. But it just boils down to what are you, a tabloid fucking peacemaker? Like, this is just, it's in such bad taste.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's like...
Yeah, we're like 15, 16 minutes in here, and I'm looking at this, and I like I said, I watched the other, some older content cops today, so I could, be prepared to compare this stuff. And this is just nothing like the old content cops. They were much more funnier, much more engaging, much more jokes, but also pretty, like, sufficient to the point and things like that. Well, you're 16 minutes in here, and I feel like I'm being morally lectured over two retards fighting each other.
Well, I think
like over things that I disagree on both sides of what they're doing, and I'm just like, what's happening here?
Yeah, I think what's funny is these are legitimate criticisms, but they're being said by the completely wrong person. Because the person who is saying them right now, I not only hate, but has a beef with the guy that he's trying to talk about. So it's not easy. I can't really relate or agree with what this guy says because I know he has a bias, and I know that he's like still raw in his bias. Like, if he had walked out of his bias or walked out of his beef and like had separated himself enough, I could be okay with it. But this man is still in his bias and still in his upset anger over Ethan and how Ethan has acted towards him, that he should not be talking about this.
Is he the one adding the halos to the
yes,
videos,
he is adding the halos to the videos. I am pretty sure.
Oh, come on, dude, that's so gross. Jesus Christ.
It is.
These just like response videos from back from like 2014. But even those were much more entertaining than this. Because I'm just like...
Oh, no. Remember on old, super old YouTube when you could actually respond, like webcam respond, like you could post a response video to people who post videos. That's what this reminds me of.
Yeah, that's exactly the case. And it's just like, they used to be usually a little more documented, much more interesting, very drama filled, which I mean, this is pretty drama filled too. But I don't know, maybe because I don't like both of them at this point. But I'm just looking at this and just I don't know. This is not, in my opinion, like a content cop, and this is not.
My God, you know what, you two? There's a room right over there. Go in there 5 minutes, come out bloodied and beaten, whatever you have to do.
Or ass fucked.
But the internet is not the arena for. I'm sorry. Or ass fuck.
Or ass fuck, yeah.
You got me.
It's all personal. Yeah, that's the problem. Is like, this isn't a content cop. This is a personal attack.
The internet is not the arena for iDubbbz versus E3. Like, it's just not. It's just stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that. I was disgusted by that statement too. I remember when he called her kid a spawn of Satan.
I never said anything
and
like
I was
that.
supposed to be like cheering on, but I wasn't going to cheer that on. That's disgusting.
Why do we forget that he called her children, which is something we would never do, the spawn of Satan?
It's disgusting.
And
a piece of shit of a human.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. It's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement. They never said that they disagree with his statements about Trisha's...
They just did! They just did! Motherfucker!
Okay. All right. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, this is why, I don't agree. I'm not supposed to agree with, re-education camps. But, we gotta have some place to send these types of people. Because they are so fucking broken. You need to, recondition their brain. Dude, common sense. I don't know why you don't have it, but we're gonna fucking do some mad scientist shit until you do.
I'm so out of words.
I don't know how people did this happened yesterday too. where he's like, oh yeah, I did this, and then he's like shows a screenshot of like the opposite fucking thing, and I'm like, dude, what is wrong with you people?
You talk
How
about
can
Carl
you show
Jobst?
me something and say the opposite? Yeah, Carl Jobst. Yeah, just Jesus, I have a headache. I actually
Me
have
too.
a headache.
Me too. My head, like, it's bad. Do you have a headache, Amal?
I'm getting there.
You're getting there? All right. You have a little bit
I'm
more
getting there.
tolerance than we do.
I have a high tolerance of bullshit.
Yeah. I do too, but this is just like primo autism levels. It's bad.
Until it's useful. Like, what is it, 3 years later? Like, I mean, you're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time and you were like, ooh, I don't like that. And you didn't endorse it and you didn't fuck with it. Huh. It's almost like that is a fucking identical situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story. You know, it's really something.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet. Unlike Ian and Anissa, who are fucking keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole for putting you in that position, Olivia. You're friends with him. And you don't have to say anything, but like, what a fucking piece of shit. What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit, okay? Olivia did not do anything.
Okay, look, Ethan, this is also fucked up to do to Olivia, to put her on the spot and feign outrage for her. With her right there, that's like, I'm sorry. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to people.
I want to know, like, what the fuck? We've got 45 minutes left. What the fuck is in this video? Like, legitimately. What the fuck?
For real. Like, I need to start getting, like, a highlights reel or something, because this is Jesus. Wait, you know what we could do? 1.5 speed, maybe?
Oh, we could do that.
Or 1.25 if it's too fast.
We'll start with 1.25. Chat, tell me if we need to go faster now after this.
I want the pass. Do I have to be an employee to get that treatment? Because then you'll just see me as an ally? Or is it because Ethan is afraid of wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits?
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend,
like,
in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
What the fuck? What'd you say?
Ethan sounds like he's talking a little too fast, which is fine. They're just clips anyway, but iDubbbz actually like sounds a little bit better. Like he sounds like his thoughts are a little more put together at 1.25.
It's pretty funny how that works out.
Also, don't frame it as like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people. Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing. Like, it's crazy how warm Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled. My intention isn't to throw the employees under the bus. Like, you guys serve as the fucking foundation for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How often are you supposed to do that? Do you have to do that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Like, I'm sorry. Why immediately bring it up to rapists and pedophiles? Like, what are you doing? Like, why does everyone always have to go to the extreme?
Yeah.
Like, Jesus.
Yes. I don't get it, man.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I actually stood up for you so many times, because, like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was going to stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Hila knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know. Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide. On the part of the Lebanese, they've received
Holy shit! He's the first white man to actually bring that up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, but...
He's looking at you. He's like,
wait,
yes?
Oh, Jesus Christ. oh, Jesus fucking Christ. All right, you gotta bring out the Irish in me is what you gotta fucking do. No, but seriously, there's a reason why you don't hear us talk about it, because it's something that we don't like to use. It's a crutch. It's a like, oh, poor me, oh, reparations, or whatever. And so for him to bring this up is kind of like, it agitates, because it's like, we don't play this card on purpose. And you're here playing this card. And I like, gross.
Yeah. She apparently mentions she's Lebanese all the damn time. I don't watch her, so I wouldn't know.
A lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is very well familiar with the propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel. Choosing now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me.
Sorry. Default name just said she's 6% Lebanese, not 50%.
Oh.
No, we're not gonna fucking defend you.
Rudy was saying that Palestinians are taught at 2 years old to kill Americans. Do we have that
I mean, like just the other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked mean.
No, it's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when, I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
the problem.
Okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denims.
I know.
Her
Yeah.
Which I'll show.
Friends with
Denims is
Denim.
Oh, this is a good one. Half of the... That's funny. That is kind of funny.
actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
which I'll
and if
show you
you're
guys
friends with
today.
them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Neela start talking about this Denim's character. Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Neela for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where we are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Neela. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that she...
Okay, that's disingenuous. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
That
It's
is
extremely
disingenuous. Considering how much you guys were on camera
come on,
together.
dude.
You guys were like gay for each other, I felt like. So it's just like,
Yeah, you guys were literally just freaking doing a Fortnite dance.
He's a good person like we think Ethan and Neela are good people. Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet clout and attention.
And then you look at Denims and realize that Denims does not have a single thought in her head, and she says whatever she can to get attention from the Hassan base. So what you're saying right now does not count, because this woman is literally an airhead that does not have a good single thought in her. The same woman that, by the way, says that children cannot form memories at 3 years old, so it doesn't matter if Child Protective Services grills them about their parents. That's the same woman.
I remember CPS at 3. So, yeah, no, nice try, motherfucker. Like, sorry, yes, specifically, it was, they showed up at daycare, pulled me aside and my brother said, who was working, in elementary school. But they asked me a bunch of weird-ass freaking questions, like what I had for dinner last night, is my room clean, and stuff like that. And I'm like, what the hell, what is all this about? I was probably 18 or 20 before I realized what that whole situation even was, but guess what? I remember it.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's spoilers to the video, but apparently iDubbbz never actually mentioned the CPS call, which is crazy. Because, once again, not a fan of Ethan, but the whole having CPS calling him over what happened was absolute bullshit.
Oh, yeah,
and having Demons defend the CPS call and try to, well, once again help ruin Ethan's life with this. There's definitely different contexts with everything. I'm not a fan of follow policing, and
there's a special place in hell reserved for anybody who decides that, hey, I'm going to call CPS on this person that I don't like. Not out of any actual concern, but just to destroy that person's life, or just to inconvenience them as much as possible. As somebody who worked as family counsel, minors counsel specifically. It's just like you don't play around with the law and CPS like that. And honestly, I think they should go extremely hard on people who do that. Oh, you find out the case, the call was fake. Guess what? You need to be charged with there's a felony that punishes people who falsely report to a government or federal officer or investigator, and it punishes them with a $5,000 fine and up to 5 years in jail. I think that needs to be exercised quite a bit more for these cases, because people are far too comfortable just ruining people's lives with a phone call.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
I
and
agree.
like there's a difference with like his. I do think there's a bit of a difference with his former editor. He used to be a fan of Ethan and now hates Ethan, and following people like that. And Denims, like there's a pretty wide divide there when it comes to who being friends. And so, yeah, using follow police on iDubbbz for his former editor and stuff like that, I'm not exactly a fan of. But now we have Denims included in here. And that's a completely different story with how she is. You can follow people, kind of keep tabs on them, but really kind of and you can still kind of be cordial with people if especially if they're like friends with somebody else that you're actually friends with, because birds of a feather flock together. But at the same time, it's one of those kind of relationship issues things. But when you have Denims, Hassan, Frogan, all of these people on the far left and Twitch that have done despicable things, and then you have your old friend Ethan who stuck by you for all these years.
It's a shit sandwich.
It's like there's a wide difference between the former editor being followed and then now we got Denims, actual being friends with Denims, who he's probably not actually all that close with compared to how he was with Ethan. And iDubbbz not even taking a page out of Ethan's book because, like I said, I don't like Ethan. He 100% did this to himself. Jordan Peterson called it out years ago that the left will eat him, and that's exactly what happened. He had a disagreement with Hassan. It's a pretty big one, and it's just been one shit sandwich and shit show ever since. And with this, and now iDubbbz is wanting to get involved, and he's on Hassan's side of this instead of Ethan, who was his really good friends with for years and defended him when he didn't have to and kind of ruined his credibility. It's just this is such a mess. This is absolutely such a mess.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right, let's continue.
I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout and attention. Right now,
I disagree. I think that Denims is okay with everything that she has said. Until she gets banned or arrested, she's going to be okay with everything she has said.
One's a little bit more fucking nasty to me
and
than the other.
I just don't see.
She won't be sorry that she said those things. She'll be sorry that she got punished for them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there won't be any genuine regret or remorse in her response to that.
Yeah, pretty much.
See how you can be my friend and also be friends with someone like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, you know, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend, but there is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not going to make you guys...
Hold on a moment. He's trying to come...
Yeah, I'm gonna, well, here's the thing. Look, I will criticize Ethan and Gila over this, like, who is a friend, is this a mutual follow, or is it an actual friend or whatever? Okay, but I have several friends, even in the VTuber sphere, who they hate each other. They don't even really know that I'm friends with both people, but I am, because I don't bring other baggage into it, and I don't expect if there's somebody I hate, MommaOcco, that you bring out of your stream, you won't even see a message from me of this is concerning or problematic. Fuck that shit. I control myself and my reactions to things, nobody else. The second that I try to reach outside of my bubble is the second I'm in the wrong.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree.
Guys meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in you're either my best friend who's deep throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the devil.
Oh man, really?
What the
Speaking of
fuck?
deep throating dick right now, Ethan. Holy shit.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked about it. She's like, I don't care about this guy. He's a nobody, and you know, blah blah blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing it, right?
Mhm.
And then from there, the conversation ended.
She never replied.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, like on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment like, "Oh, he doesn't work with us anymore."
Then
And that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't.
Okay. Do you have
agree.
anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Neela? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like to pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time. I don't know how long it'll be.
Okay. Then your silence should be reaching out privately to that person and be like, hey, you know, until things are a little bit more like stable, I'm gonna go ahead, you know, I'm gonna head out. You know, Legal Mindset and several other law too, when Nicholas Furcada had his initial crash out, right?
Yeah.
They reached out privately before they talked about the case publicly, and only after Nicholas Furcada crashed out and burned all his bridges did they do that. So it's extreme, like I just don't agree. It's just God.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Bad.
It's just
Just
like
bad.
if you actually cared about your friendship, you would actually talk to them in private, and it sounds like the talking didn't happen or it just wasn't worth it for you, which is really sad.
But a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now. But you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not do harassment campaigns and instead talk about...
Damn, 3,000 views a week. That's really... is he talking about himself? Oh, that sounds like kind of...
I don't know, but all I know is he's talking about how he doesn't brigade things as he like is setting up a brigade. Like, dude, you can't like.
This is Anissa
This
speaking
is not
through
how
Ian.
you
Yeah.
discourage people from engaging in this behavior.
Again with the gaslighting? Yeah.
Because you're doing the same exact stuff. Yeah, he's doing all the same exact stuff right now in this video, and it's like, dude.
I'll be right back, by the way.
Okay, sounds good. We'll wait for you to come back.
Oh, you can
Is
continue.
that Nicolas Cage?
You sure?
Yeah, just like 2 minutes.
All right, sounds good. That might be Nicolas Cage. His Kink Shame podcast with the succubus. Yes. Like, legitimately, chat. This is something... I don't watch it because I think you have to be a member on their Patreon. But Ian and Anissa hold a podcast where they... Like, Anissa, like, debases him every single week, and he just has to sit there and take it.
Like they say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Neil.
Yeah, like legitimately every single week we hear about how she is like embarrassing him or saying disgusting things about him, and it's just like, this is the guy you married, and this is how you're gonna treat them. It's really gross and sad.
The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Go fuck yourself. What about your girl? This is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do? You think I'm gonna fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit? Like, this is nasty. We had such a fair response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terror supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite,
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level. Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever.
Yeah, I do. I argue with them sometimes just because it's funny, Ian. It's extremely funny.
If you don't want to touch grass.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line, what happened today, that should never be crossed, even by like the most cynical, toxic people. It's going to have ramifications in terms of how I conduct myself, in terms of these fair weather friends who are, you know, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show. There's even more fair weather friends of the show. Let's not get into this shit, okay? That is so bizarre and insulting.
Wow,
to
did he just
suggest
use the
that
term
I
fair
was
weather
only
friend?
He did.
You know, 1938 called. They want their fucking phrase back.
Also, we did just hit the goal. So, in order to give people a break from this for the next 3 to 5 minutes, we have to talk about autism-related things. So I'll
Okay,
start.
how about this? The fact that you got me stuck in a freaking trap for ADHD that lasts a full minute.
Oh, yeah. Do you want me to show that off? Well, here, we'll show this off.
You got me. Yeah, show it off because the guy, you totally got me.
This is
Like,
an-
I was like, ooh.
This is an ADHD trap.
The ears were happy. The eyes were happy.
It just keeps on. I wonder if it, like, I saw the beginning of this and I haven't seen the end. I was curious to see if it actually gets better towards the end, which is it is pretty cool. Ooh, why is he sniffing so much? So it's either allergies or I believe that he's got like some form of I know it's not a believe. I'm pretty sure he has Tourette's, and I believe that is his Tourette's acting up. It has audio. Let's see.
Oh, you think that's a tick?
I'm muting
That is
that.
some weird ass audio.
I am muting that. No audio. Yeah, I do believe. I do believe that his sniffing is a tick of his. I'm not for saying that for sure, but I know he has Tourette's, and because I know he has Tourette's, I'm assuming that is him going through some ticks.
That makes a lot more sense to me.
Yeah. Oh, it doesn't reset. That's so unsatisfying. Oh my gosh, I hate it.
No, hey, no, ban it, report it, just deprecate it.
I hate it.
Do all the things that we're not supposed to do.
I hate it. So no cocaine. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has Tourette's, and because he has Tourette's, he has ticks. I know a guy who has Tourette's, and he's a really nice guy, but he has ticks. His ticks is saying the N-word, unironically. And so no, seriously.
Oh no.
He does. It gets worse when he has. It gets worse when his ticks get worse.
Okay,
what's funny is
can I be Able's for a second and ask how the fuck that happens?
I don't know. I really don't know how it happens.
People with Tourette's is a form of it's not psychological, it's not psychosomatic. It's something, well, it can be, but it's something that is happening neurologically, that the tics that they choose, and you can end up training out of tics and picking up new tics and stuff as well, but it doesn't follow any kind of logic or reason. So yes, I have heard of people with Tourette's who have the N-word as a tic. I had one person I worked with, they apparently it saw this porn video and this girl had moaned in a certain way, and that was their tic.
No,
just this little like laughing, and they would their head would move to the side, so there was the physical manifestation of the tic, and they would make that noise.
No.
And it would happen a couple times, and then they'd continue as though nothing had happened.
Yeah.
You know, it's a legit neurological disorder. But yeah, as for like what chooses their tics, only God knows.
Only God
but
knows.
I have heard of the N-word being a tic.
Yeah, I mean, it's not always his tick. He does a lot of other random things. He says the N-word a lot. He says gay a whole lot. He also says suck my dick a lot. And I know that like it's a real thing. I watch him do it, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny, sometimes kind of sad, but like he does really well when he's like eating healthy. Occo literally Zoomer trap. We got to talk about autism stuff. Talk about once this is finished, we'll go back to the video here. It's only got 20 seconds left. Chat, which horsey do you think will win? I'm thinking it's going to be the orange one.
I know it's going to be the yellow one.
You think it's going to be the yellow one?
At this point, That's when I placed my bets at the beginning when it counted down, but now we're looking at the
That's gonna be the orange one.
Orange
Orange wins! Yay! I kind of figured.
I will say, maybe I should develop the Tourette's so I can start saying the N word.
Surprise, Carrots. Why is the horse orange?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Here, chat, I'll set a new super chat goal now while we go through this.
Ever being friends with you to get something out of it.
I have to leave at top of the hour, so just letting you know.
Okay, sounds good.
No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way to approach this to say like, yeah, we feel hurt by you guys not saying something. You've decided to do the extra thing and attack. Now, in fairness, I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted and I feel defensive and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems with you and a lot of people who have been on the receiving end of your harassment.
It's so easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's anti-racist. Racism is the worst thing in the world, right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
And that's
Look, dude, you should not expect them to come to your defense. And for you to be so offended that they are not is a little bit ridiculous, in my opinion. Like, I don't, like, if I feel like coming to somebody's defense, I'm going to reach out to that person first, and maybe this is the lawyer in me, but I'm like, hey, do you want help with this? You know, I'm not going to be like, oh, this person's being trashed on Twitter. I'm just gonna stoutly defend them to my last breath, or you're just gonna go, huh, that's weird, and maybe mention it later in DM. Again, why this is all being aired out over the internet is beyond me. Like, guys, I have autism and ADHD. There's no way I have more social skills than you guys do.
It's accurate though. It's just like, what? How am I able to work this out? And I'm a normal person on the internet. Like, how? I don't know.
Drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you actually care? Isn't that the whole point? Like,
I realize that Ethan and Ela are more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever. And it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose, poorly thought out analogies for something that doesn't even apply to us. It's like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, fuck you, you guys are being bad. You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you are being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like not risking anything? Those kids who are marching with the black students and...
So in Ethan's analogy, he's the black student and I'm the white student, but I'm the white student that's not, you know, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Marching with the black students and...
Damn.
You know, old content cop iDubbbz from like 10 years ago. Instead of saying, "I'm not marching with you, black student," he totally would have said the N-word instead, and that would have been so much more funnier.
He would have. He definitely would have.
But he said it with enough vitriol behind it that it basically was the same.
Name, congratulations on getting to the point where you're going to be taking the bar soon. I wish you luck in that.
Oh, congrats. Nice.
I mean, why is it inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing, to bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza until I found out it's dangerous. He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely, harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
Like, people like Anissa are the perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our
I'll
kid
show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this take, this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming, which is watching people shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys all the time. But I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we said shit like that to you all the time. Yeah, we've been respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable. She'll get a little bit of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be commendable.
And by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're actually good people, like that's going to get you shit. That kind of says it all, doesn't it?
There isn't a single person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me, because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not your fucking lapdog. That's why I'm not tweeting it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck. It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable, is that it's not always easy.
Why are you saying that I'm not standing up for my principles when you don't even know what they are?
Ava, did you say that you need to leave at the top of the hour? I don't want to keep you too long. Ava?
She died?
Oh, she might already be gone. No, she's still here. All right, well, we'll continue. We'll continue going until she responds.
Look at an elf corpse on stream.
Oh no!
We're a little bit past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is anti-Ethan. Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here? Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're gonna want to avoid...
Asmongold, you got some stuff to explain here. I'm sorry. I know that Kirsch is in love with you, but you got to explain something. Why the fuck do you follow Frogan?
I'm assuming just maybe like check up on our content.
It's
I mean, there's several people that I follow that like I don't like, don't associate with, but want to keep tabs on.
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I feel like that's normal. That's why follow policing is just gay as hell, because you can still follow somebody and dislike them, and as long as you're not constantly starting shit with them, it's pretty normal, especially when you are in content creation, because you do need to keep tabs on both sides or on what the drama that's happening or something along those cases. As long as you're not constantly starting shit with people, it's perfectly normal to follow people you dislike.
Oh, I agree. I mean, it's just like Frogan is one of those people who's just like, why Frogan? I don't know. I believe that you can
Good
follow
locale.
whoever you want. Fair enough. You know what? I agree with that. I'll take that stance.
these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the low to be associating with the Frogans and the Denims of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense because he's famous and he's got a massive fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on Anissa's and Idub's feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document and people can be removed or put onto it depending on how Ethan's feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan but are still anti-Ethan, but Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular, you know? A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch made...
Okay. Just wanted to pause and say
I
he
don't
says...
know who any of these people are.
Neither do I. Neither did I. But I just find it funny that he says powerful, popular men. I was like, Ethan, are you saying that these people are better than you? Because all of these guys here Only one of them looks like they could potentially beat you the fuck out. And I'm pretty sure the rest of them could. I don't know. I just find him saying powerful men is really funny to me. I don't know.
Coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's gonna keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr, ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on
right
Hassan's
now,
stream,
like, you're gonna need a special level of wit and humor to talk with Bill Burr. Like you're gonna need to have a sick ass fucking skin. 2, you're gonna need to be able to give as good as he's going to give you. Like he's explained this before to people. It's like, dude, yeah, I come off as an asshole, but like I want to see if you're capable of handling or you're a pussy. Like he doesn't give a fuck. So I imagine, a podcast in which Ethan was talking to Bill Burr. Bill Burr probably fucking ran all over him.
Yeah, I have not watched it, but I imagine so.
and he mocks your content nuke.
I actually saw a really interesting video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah.
You kind of like have leftist politics and stuff like that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah.
And so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just gonna tuck your tail between your legs and never mention on your podcast that mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular and powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although, he's sniffing around.
This guy, Matt Lieb, he works for Good Mythical
Sorry,
Morning.
but
Of
Rhett
all
and Link
people,
are
this
still
guy,
a
Matt
thing.
Lieb.
Huh?
Rhett and Link are still a thing.
I think so.
Like, they are? I guess I've been so kind of outside of that circle.
I guess.
Let me look.
But like, they were like part of like old YouTube.
They are
stuff.
Some of their videos still get over 500,000 views.
I remember. I think they actually they bought Smosh and they sold it back to Ethan and not Ethan, I'm sorry, Ian and Anthony.
So they get between 300,000 to 700,000 views per video, and some of them still crack 1 million views.
Oh damn! I guess I just haven't been in the circles in a long time, so that's on me.
I guess. Huh? Yeah.
Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. This guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because...
Again, I think Ethan is kind of going off the rails with some of this cancellation. I can see why he's doing it, but I think he's going off the rails with some of it.
He thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack, he thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to. And I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied. You're being a piece of shit, and we're going to call you out.
So here's the button. You've got a video, and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
Video a button like that.
What's happening?
I honestly don't know. I think this is a
What is that gay shit?
I don't know. That's a good question. I kind of want to move past this. I'm gonna unpause it just because I don't want to see this right now.
I just
There we go. There we go. All right, now we can talk.
Yes. There's no...
He's waving bye to me. Okay.
Yeah.
I have to head out.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
You have a good one, Elf.
You have fun.
Jesus. I wish you well in your remaining, how many minutes is that?
30.
Too many.
Too many.
30.
All right. Oh, thank you very much for having me. You guys have a good one.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Okay, let's continue.
Let's leave. Yeah, there's no need. Yeah. But shit, like, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if we don't have it all now. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes, please. I want to be a good Jew. I'm a good Jew. Please, guys, please.
That was fine. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal. Of all the things that.
Anywho.
It always surprises me what you think crosses the line.
Well, I looked at Olivia and she's like, yes, do it.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the controversy with Cutie Cinderella. He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of figuring out how he can change
Okay,
his
so now are we getting to actual criticism? Is that what this actually is? Praise?
behavior, he spent $20,000.
Dan and Ela were like, we would kill button that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
That's it. See, exactly.
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
It was being presented as if this...
Akko, it's a cutoff button that cuts off the past 30 seconds of a live stream. Just oh!
Oh! I need that.
That, I get you there. Okay. Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
The Jordan crying thing?
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me cricket, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But okay. What? Button for that? What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps a country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay.
I'm going to be honest. Button would not save me. And it probably wouldn't save you either.
True. I've gone on a few rants about certain people before. Yeah. So those are longer than 30 seconds.
That thing is $10,000? Are you kidding me? $10,000 for two buttons? I'll just stop saying the N-word then.
On topic. Also, the H3 community and Ethan himself use the phrase goblin mode all the time to excuse a lot of his shitty behavior or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah, you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now? To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
Well, you are goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused.
I'm trying, bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you patronize me, if you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that you possibly can be for a fucking podcast. Every crew member has it bad. To be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every fucking syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way...
Just don't. Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just, people are sensitive about women being called that word. And so...
Like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead. No, and I'm not yelling at you. I'm just... Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. This makes Ethan a lot more funny now. Wow. That is awesome. These cutoff buttons can be as much as $100,000. Can I just do the same thing with the Stream Deck? Like, legitimately, that's so dumb. But, like...
You probably could.
I'm looking at this and I'm like...
I feel like you probably could.
Probably. Here's the thing that sucks. These clips make Ethan sound funnier than he most definitely is. Like, this makes me kind of want to watch him, and it's just like, I can't, because I can't stand him. But these videos are making me want to watch him. That's how bad it is. It makes me hate
There's a
iDubbbz even
compilation of
more.
these.
Yeah. Ethan is technically
Also,
a J.K. Rowling, I guess.
Oh, yeah, I would believe that.
Sorry, go ahead.
Also, thanks Arch for the $10. Though I can't read your message because Stream Elements is being gay again, so I guess I'll just read it later. But thanks for the $10.
Oh goodness, this is like. How's your headache doing?
It's still it's not like it's still growing. Like it's I can feel it, sort of.
Yeah.
But like it's not like too bad. I'm more like numb, if that makes more sense.
Mhm.
I'm just sitting here, just kind of like I look at them and I hate them both.
Yeah, yeah.
Mazio is a
Korean.
Oh, Dan, come on! You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I didn't know Korean. I asked if Koreans are POC.
No!
You know, Dan's in the bathroom. Let's just not do this right now.
I asked if Korean people are POCs.
The one time the button didn't work, and we listened to how he spoke to AB without.
Again, this is why I also hate Ethan, because he's like legitimately so dumb sounding. Oh my gosh. You probably do this with a tax switch on a Pi Zero, but that requires a little effort. I would rather do a little effort than pay $10,000. Seriously, like this. Amal needs some JD Vance Cave Explorer fun to remove that headache. Yes. Well, what you need to do is if you need something like this, but whenever you say something crazy, you could just remove the last 30 seconds and include a picture, one of the random JD Vance memes in there.
Oh my god.
It would be absolutely perfect.
It's bad because my mod is talking with my local Fed in chat about getting this button, and I'm reading it and just they're making plans, but I think we're needing more than just 30 seconds. So it'll be multiple JD Vance memes in the process.
Chat says these buttons cost this much because of the FCC. You know what? I can believe that. I can 100% believe that the FCC regulates the cost of these to make them this expensive. That's dumb.
Thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude, it was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, I'm not mad at you. It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's so
doing?
awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I just I'm not finishing Wednesday.
On Friday, maybe. Is it? You guys like.
All right, I'm taking my hand up.
Oh yeah.
What? Okay, well,
heard all that.
Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it. But it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know. It
makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button fucked me, dude. Can you imagine that button fucking me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant.
Okay. I'm not going to say that Ethan is right, but these are high stress situations where when somebody fucks up, somebody's going to get mad. Like, that's not a defense. That is literally just what you should expect. And that's why these buttons exist. You know, just saying.
A boss?
We're doing it.
What are you
It's
doing?
so awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive, or he's saying things that are like not true and he's exaggerating.
People saw that. They thought that was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that photo. So I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate you doing that. God forbid. Why?
Because
it's not that big of a deal, man.
Just
Like,
your
how
inability to.
No. Hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well,
Well, you just asked how it changed
surprise
things.
them on your show.
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made that his job, or Dan's made it his job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adults and look after his behavior and give all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, two Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much.
Okay, but why? Do you not think these people knew what they signed up for? When they signed up for a Jewish man that is very, very, very obviously pro-Jewish? I'm going to continue.
All right, I'm going to move on. I just want to play a song talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him. Because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode. Well, Ethan debuted a new mode recently.
And by the way, my ratio is pretty good. Like, I'm looking at like 20 goblin modes to 1 too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
What makes demon mode different than goblin mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one, the big one that's dropping probably next week, my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm suing, and I cannot wait for you guys to read it. At the moment, we are writing 3 complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter.
I will say that some of the things that people are saying, some of them kind of dance the line of defamatory. Others, Ethan just needs to stop caring. He just needs to stop caring, in my personal opinion, because nothing's really going to be done with it. His devil trigger.
People are going to talk shit about you, like, whenever you're a public figure, no matter what. So, and that's part and parcel with how this works. So, caring, I mean, I don't know all these individual little lawsuits that he has.
Yeah.
But caring that much is just completely unnecessary, in my opinion. It's like, who cares? Who absolutely cares what they say about you, unless it's like genuine constructive criticism? But when you're as big as Ethan Klein, you've made a lot, especially as someone who's made so many enemies as he has, and then obviously the fans of the enemies that he's made, like, you're just gonna be shit on constantly. It's just what happens.
Yes, it is, and I do agree that can be a criticism, but I think that Ian is the wrong person to bring this criticism. That's the problem that I have.
Especially since we're 45 minutes in, and this is just all personal rehashing. Like, this is not funny or entertaining at all. This is not like a good content comp. This is just literally just hearing, like I said earlier, 2 retards fighting. There's like cat fighting, just droning on and on and on.
Yeah.
And I have agreed with some of what iDubbbz has said, but at the same time, he's not probably the best person to say this stuff.
No, he is the exact opposite of the person I want to make this to make these arguments, because he is so affected by everything that's going on that he shouldn't be talking about it.
You're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless. No, you have a ton of power. You have a ton of options. You have a ton of choice. That's exactly what you get for being filthy rich, is you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, no, Ethan's a pedophile.
Dan Clancy or whatever, like the CEO of Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view on Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above to make it.
I will say, I don't think I've ever seen Dan Clancy actively be a Nazi. I do think that he is being anti-Semitic with what he's doing on Twitch right now, but some of that kind of goes too far, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, calling somebody a pedophile is like, I don't care about Nazi. Nazi's overused. It's been a long dead word over the past like 10-15 years.
Yeah.
The pedophile is like the new Nazi, which really sucks because that's a heavy accusation to throw on somebody. And like, much worse than I feel like Nazi would ever be, because then you're actually you're getting children into this as well.
And
it's actually harming children, and
Yes.
it's just. And now, but the thing is, now that the word Nazi has basically died as an insult, that's the one that everybody's throwing around like crazy, and it's going to have the same effect. So when there's actually legitimate pedophile or close enough to it where you want to get suspicious, nobody's going to believe them because everybody and their mother is a pedophile compared to like that, because that's what they're just been called as an insult.
Yeah.
So, like,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
go ahead. You can go.
Well, what I was gonna say is, calling somebody a pedophile is basically asking for them to be murdered, essentially, because it is something that fills people with such emotion that I don't give somebody that name unless I'm 100% confirmed, or it's 100% confirmed that that person is that. Otherwise, I don't feel comfortable calling somebody that. So, I don't really like how Ethan is doing this, but like, again, Ian is the wrong person to bring up this argument.
Like actionable, which is like wrongfully accusing someone of being a pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I'm
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on his based on his
Well,
looks.
at least yourself.
Oh my
Based off his looks? What? Listen, I know he likes those Switch E thoughts on his front page, but just based off his looks?
No.
You can't just call somebody a pedo based off their looks. That is like if for somebody who is so trigger happy to go sue people, I feel like I feel like that's
a lot.
that's man, too bad Ava left so early, because I feel like she'd be so pissed at this instance right now.
Yeah, she definitely would have.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable
I don't feel like that's a good enough defense.
legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Samson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when
Noah?
they're talking about Israel.
Noah? Oh.
Have you seen that he plans to sue this guy?
Ethan has?
Yeah.
I
wants
think I've
to sue
heard
this
some
guy.
rumors about it. I mean, I don't know any details about the case. I'm not that surprised based off some of the things I have seen from Noah before. So I'm like, I can, based off what I have seen, I'm not that surprised, but I also don't know anything about it, so I'm not going to comment too much.
Yeah, I just have an issue. Because, like, Ava listened to that video and I listened to the video. I don't believe that what Noah Samson did counts as defamatory enough to equal a lawsuit. But for some reason, Ethan is thinking about bringing a lawsuit. Same with Mudahar. Mudahar and him are both going to bring a potential lawsuit. And I think that's... No.
In Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy and weird.
Is this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a rape. So of course his standard. I don't know what he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Samson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Samson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to,
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
he kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind, Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish.
I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the.
In what position are you to even say that?
It's not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Yeah, too
this
bad
is like
Bull's not here because he and I could make so many fucking Jew jokes
yeah,
right now.
I know that he's like dealing with something behind the scenes, but if I could, I would bring him in if he was free. Oh man.
God. But I won't make any Jew jokes without the token Jew to be here to approve for them. So
yeah, probably a bad idea. I repeat, iDubbbz only seems to care about Ethan has money to sue people, not the actual points you two are making. No, yeah, I agree.
Step one of having a leftist ideology is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation that, like, how can you tell me how to feel about this situation?
Yeah, but how is one person a representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you. It doesn't have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty fucking bitch, Ken.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking bitch. You're right. I call her a see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have
curious what do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I feel like that it's for the girlies, Ethan. But I
So
agree.
you guys all seem to be in consensus that
We
it's in
are.
poor form. I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm going to have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking not.
What? I wonder how old that clip is because I remember back in like early days of Tumblr, there was advocacy to have people stop saying bitch and cunt because it's sexist, but that never took off because they're so ingrained in the English language. Cunt kind of did because it's not that popular, at least like in America especially. The Aussies are different, I know that, but like they just, and I remember some fights on Tumblr about how it's part of Australian culture. How could you can't just do this? It's part of Australian culture. Fighting with the feminists even back in the earlier days of Tumblr. But so I do want to know how old this clip is. Probably not that old, but the fact that they're trying to wrangle him for saying bitch,
it's kind of dumb.
It's listen, and he for the respect for the woman in the room. Okay, listen. iDubbbz is pretty much a cuck in my eyes, but Ethan, you're kind of going down that route. If I see more clips of that,
Yeah, I agree.
Nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of looking into Hassan, learning about his politics, interviewing, doing loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my head. I was already getting uncomfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder if I had...
I know we're not here to talk about politics, so I'm not going to get into it, but I want to get into it.
Okay. We'll continue that.
Any idea who this guy actually is?
You made how many episodes with Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist
Yeah, I will say that, Ethan, you invited this man into your house. You gave him a cup of sugar. You can't say that you don't know who he is. That's like a very poor point, in my personal opinion.
Okay, maybe I can try to slightly caress the politics without getting into it. because the thing is, like, Hassan is Cenk Uyghur's nephew.
Yep.
Cenk Uyghur is the one from the Young Turks.
Yep.
Back in the days, back in 2016, especially after the whole Bernie scandal being cheated out of the DNC and over Hillary Clinton, he started making what was called the Justice Democrats. And it was supposed to be an alternative to the actual Democrats because of partly what happened with Bernie, partly because the left was going more, it was being more splintered, different things like that.
Uh-huh.
The left has multiple sides to it, and one of them is being a social democrat that is further left than a typical Democrat in itself. And so already Ethan calling himself a social democrat puts him around the socialist lens of politics, and Hassan is only a couple steps after him. So it's like he totally knew what Hassan was going into, because they already basically floated the same spaces when it came to politics.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing that obviously divided them was the whole Israel-Palestine thing that happened, because you have Ethan, who is a Jew, and you have Hassan, who is a Turk. So like it's
Yeah.
Ethan cannot use this excuse when it comes to politics and stuff like that, because even if I think Ethan's a math idiot, and I think a lot of his politics just comes down to emotions and stuff, and he kind of got blindsided a lot because he wasn't paid attention. At the same time, because he fell into these circles and adopted those ideologies, Hassan was the next step, but he also did it to himself. So. Oh, and apparently people are telling me they should hit the button. So my apologies.
No, it's fine. I think they're just messing with you. I legit think they're just messing with you. One of my chatters is saying that that Vaush and Hassan like to hide their power level when talking to strangers. And I do think that is true, but I feel like with Ethan, he had plenty of time to kind of figure out who Hassan was. And if he just didn't figure that out in the time that he was on Leftovers, I genuinely don't understand what is wrong with him. I don't feel like I can side with him for that. I feel like he had plenty of time to figure out who his buddy that he co-hosted with was about. I don't know. That's just
I
me,
really
though.
just think it was clout chasing too, as well, just
You think
because
so?
Hassan was pretty big, especially at the time.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
And I mean, not like, and obviously Ethan was also decently sized, but I don't know, Hassan kind of was supposed to once again branch out because they come from similar circles when it comes to politics. So also getting buddy with Hassan and get his Sims in would also help Ethan, and obviously that blew up in his fucking face. But once again, Jordan Peterson called this out years ago that the left eats their own. Like it's very much of it was just a matter of time, especially how cancel culture was getting in that period.
Mm-hmm.
So Ethan 100% did the assault to himself, and I'm not even sure why iDubbbz is getting into this. I mean, I know why with Anicia and how he's has trolls remorse and hates everything he used to do and apologizes for saying the N-word and all that other crap. So like iDubbbz is already going down that space, but honestly, him having the silence that he did have is probably for the best, because now that he's actually stepping up and laying his bed exactly where it is, we definitely know for a fact that he's long gone. He's doing the exact same thing Ethan did years ago, and he's not learned his lesson.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I 100% agree.
Program. You did. You made fucking, 60 some odd episodes of this shit for hours talking to this guy? You didn't have a problem with any of it until, Ethan talks about being aware of Hassan's 9/11 comments and then sort of leaves it at that. Like it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan describes them as edgy moments or jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial statement like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone who is extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In this case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan.
No, I genuinely think that Hassan was being very gross in that comment, and I have to 110% denounce it. And I think that if anybody, iDubbbz right now, tries to defend it, I have to look at them and wonder how anti-American they truly are. I'm looking at iDubbbz right now and wondering how anti-American he truly is right now.
a little bit more and found out
I mean,
what
I've
his
made a ton of 9/11 jokes before.
Yeah, but
especially when I
I
was
feel
younger.
like the way
But, like,
that
that's
Hassan
not a
did
joke.
it, I don't feel like it was a joke. This is not
No.
a joke. Like, what the fuck
No.
is he doing?
Because there is when you're being like sarcastic and like and trying to be ironic and all that fun stuff, there is a certain way that you have to say it. And I get there's ways to help blend the joke from the truth and into reality to kind of trick people on whether or not like that is definitely possible to do. But nothing what Hassan said, the tone of voice, his body language, anything from that clip of him saying that America deserved 9/11, it was actually like none of it was screeching like saying that. It was 100% like emotional about outburst that like America deserved it. That was yeah.
Idubbbz is lying because right before this, Hassan was saying he wanted American soldiers essayed. Ian left that context out because that's all in the same breath as this. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route, you shouldn't have done it. But that was your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Hila are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their heads around the idea.
No single person represents all Jews.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
No single person represents all Jews, as no single state represents all Jews.
This is another weird thing.
Oh my God.
Israel, this is a lie that I see Hassan and people pander. They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never, I don't believe that that's ever been stated. And I don't think Israel ever explains that it's like, I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go? With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go. Like, sure, it sounds like America to me. Like, all right.
Didn't Idubbbz cut Froggy over associated with Sam Hyde? Why would he be so surprised that Ethan would do the same over Denim, Hassan, and Bad Empanada? Yeah, that's a good point to bring up. I appreciate that. Yeah. No, yeah, I agree. Why would he do that? Why would he do that? Indeed.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
Ethan is being so disingenuous here to suggest that he doesn't understand what Matt Lieb is saying. Like, he's making a semantic argument. Like, I don't think Israel has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal behavior represents anything to do with them, okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together, so when they're being criticized, all of a sudden, they have the perfect defense. Oh, another thing I need to mention. There was a tier list. It was called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun, and Ethan Klein...
No, you can't. Oh my God. The problem with this...
Lighthearted and fun.
Lighthearted and fun, sponsored by a whole bunch of big corporations. It's taken a while, but this is the first time I'm actually going to say I hate a person. I don't hate their actions. I legitimately just hate a person. Idubbbz has made me hate him. Like, his actions suck, but now I legitimately just hate him as a person. This is disgusting. This is really disgusting. Wow, I hate it. A lot. Like, a lot.
saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Here, listen, we're going to need your help to...
I do all believe that it was inherently anti-Semitic. I don't... Like, I watched this clip on Altered and Unedited. This inherently is anti-Semitic with how they decided to treat Jewish people. It is gross.
Discuss and figure out who can say Habibi and who can't.
And also, we have tiers. We have Arab coded. They ask permission to say Habibi. You know, like you got like a white guy's like, can I say it? Is it slurs? And then Love Sabra, which is they're not Arab coded at all.
Now, when I first saw this tier list, I immediately knew what it was doing. I was like, oh, it's a play on the who has the N-word pass and who doesn't tier list. Granted, Habibi is very different than the N-word, but it is a cultural word amongst Arabic-speaking people and Muslim people. Like, that is a word that's used. Habibi, it means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes, Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun way.
Is he just like screeching the N-word for all Arabic people right now?
Well, remember, it's very different than the N-word.
This is true. This is very true.
that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it, because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race.
What do you mean? The biggest creators on the platform. One of the biggest creators on the platform is Hassan fucking Piker. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Sweet baby Jesus. It is we are 45 minutes into Easter. Sweet baby Jesus, your salvation. Oh man.
The Jew has risen.
Yeah. Yeah. Sweet baby Jesus, take me.
Nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing, but Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Cracker.
I mean, you know what my take is.
We can't put this as an F. Cracker. I mean, that's got to be at least a D, right?
Pale face, motherfucker.
Pale face. I mean, again, I think that's an F. Hog.
So Hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they're white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy? You think you're more white than Hassan?
Yeah, that is hypocritical. But as I think that that in the context of how they're doing it is wrong. It is definitely wrong. So, you know, again, this is just bad faith.
I think I'm more white than you.
So yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would don't ban me, Twitch, please don't ban me for that. That was the guy on the video, not me saying it.
But I'm also an Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi, and then it's like Hassan. Okay, actually he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel. Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the times it's all that's in the store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it, but it is not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra. And that sucks that that's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the US. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off.
The difference is that it's a Jewish brand. That's why it's an issue. That's an issue. That's why it's an issue.
Of Twitch for 30 days.
I'm gonna probably say something a bit more controversial here, but like the tier list itself isn't okay. Is not actually it's not. Okay, I don't want to say bad. Oh God, Winters is my mod is pressing the button hard right now. Okay, because like you okay, like even if anti-Semitism bad, right? Yeah. But like you can still make edgy jokes. Like that's my opinion. Like I'm for freedom of speech except for child porn and calls for violence. So I'm actually okay with the tier list, and I would probably think it was funny in different contexts. But the problem is the context of this. It's the fact that the creators of the hosting this are quite anti-Israel. They call for death for people and call for CPS to go for kids. And it's done a bunch of vile things. And if it was just like normies and just regular ass people, probably would just be funny in general, because these are just people just shooting the shit and making Jew jokes. I make Jew jokes all the time and stuff. But not only are these people horrible, in my opinion, horrible people calling for death and stuff like that. But they're also being sponsored at Twitch with all those brands behind them too.
Yes.
Those are the two. Those two factors right there is what makes it bad. Honestly, I don't really care about the anti-Semitism. I think that's funny because. Okay, I probably should make a joke. But it's the context around it, and IDEPS is completely missing that. He's just focusing on whether or not it's anti-Semitic or not. It's really not a matter of if it's anti-Semitic or not. It's the fact the context around it is terrible.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's the problem. It doesn't matter what the content doesn't matter. It's how you decide to use it and the context and the timing and all that kind of shit. That's why I get mad over some people with how they choose to talk. It's just like, you're allowed to say that, but you chose the worst time to say it. If that makes sense.
He goes on to talk about how bad Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody prefers Sabra over homemade like restaurant quality hummus. You know, it's what's there.
Like weirdly fluffy.
It is fluffy.
Weird.
Yeah.
I would buy it sometimes and eat it. It's not the best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. And imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah, my mom has done that.
Oh, well, you hate Jews then.
And Arabs.
Yeah. This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing.
But the problem
that's not related. That's not it.
It is related.
Sorry, go ahead.
It is related, Ian. That's the bad faith argument that you're making right now. That's why I hate you, because you are having a bad faith discussion. Don't look at me like that. You're having a bad faith discussion about something that is related because the people who made this event made it related. Oh my fuck. Sorry, go ahead.
No, basically just saying what I was saying. He's just completely missing on purpose.
Yeah, on purpose. That's the important part. Is it's on purpose.
He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intentions aren't anti-Semitic.
This is what he did. He hit his heart hard.
The Zionism is leading to not accepting other cultures, embracing their own culture, and instead thinking that that is an attempt.
If one culture hating on another culture is how you embrace it, I think that culture needs to fix some things. I'm sorry, but like, and I don't
remember, all cultures are equal for Twitch. All cultures are equal.
This is true. This is very true. But like, legitimately, if hating another culture is part of your culture, then there might need to be something that you fix. I'm sorry. But like, and I don't think that is the case for like the culture that he's talking about here. But these people are like, I hate them. I just genuinely hate them.
Hack on you. There's this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella, and it was graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda of Psychology in Seattle, and Ethan got an A+ rating.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know, he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10?
Literally 10 out of 10. Go back. I can teach you how to make a good apology. I'm the best at
10 out of 10.
I know what a perfect apology is, lady. You fucking don't.
I feel like this completely invalidates the apology then.
I know it does, in my personal opinion. I know what's coming up, though.
Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10. This one is actually best apology, so. He's inclined, you guys, oh my God.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really wake Ethan up? And I don't know if this came from a good place or not, but I came up with the idea of...
If you have to ask yourself that, the answer is no, it did not.
Getting Ethan's grade changed from
is this
an
where he
A
gets
to a B.
raped?
Huh?
Oh, so this is where he gets raped. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
At least. So I went to visit Psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying, and, you know, we might learn a thing or two.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike me, perfect score, 10. I said, hey, Lud, no big drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, iDubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay.
What did you expect, motherfucker? What? This man is so mind raped that I legitimately need to... Like, I want to walk up to this man, knock his head, and see if there's actually an echo in there. Because I don't feel there's anything fucking going on in this man's head. Like, legitimately, this man sounds like he is way past socially and mentally retarded. He is just straight up... He's just... I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. I really wanted to, and I almost did, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to.
Because this is the internet, anyone can have their own official apology rating system, so I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit, because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass whooping is what he needs.
No, he needs a real friend. Oh, my fucking...
Needs. I think something that's very important to me in bringing back Content Cop is to be fair. I think that was something that was not illustrated in previous Content Cops that I think should have been, and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I also think, at the end of the day, we should acknowledge that he's human, because he is human. And he is in a situation that's making him extremely scared, paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something nice and charitable about him.
No fucking way. Oh, boy. Okay, let's see. Let's see how this goes. Oh, boy.
I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people...
Oh, he's gonna get the, you know, okay, I wasn't in school. I did go to seminary. And when I was in seminary, I learned there was this thing where you have to write notes on other people's papers saying what you think about them. And I actually got some pretty nice constructive notes, but there was always that one kid. There's always that one kid in class. I knew one where everybody didn't really have anything to say about him because like he was the awkward one and nobody talked to him. But they're just gonna say the most generic shit possible to get past just writing something on the guy's piece of paper. That is what these people are going to be doing right now. Like, I guarantee you that's what all these people are going to do. Is being like, I like you, I like your jokes or something or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Oh.
Well, even then, like in her case, it doesn't even sound genuine. It sounds sarcastic. Like I'm glad you're genuinely you.
Yeah.
So I can point and laugh at you and make fun of you all the time because like you're genuinely you. You're such an idiot. I love the fact that you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Genuinely you.
Yeah.
Will respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports figure that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets
She
back
sounds
to
robotic.
You're one of the inspirations.
So you're reading your letter off so you don't sound robotic. Reading makes you sound robotic though. How? I get she's got more fat than brain cells, but what? Okay, sorry. I don't know. It's like
You're good. You're good. I just this video is almost over. Thank fuck.
For me to start creating content, so all this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut pretty good, and I think
the guy's in a car. Oh my fuck! These people suck so much ass.
He's got a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up. And fighting it, he changed YouTube for the better.
And please don't sue me with a frivolous lawsuit.
And I thought that was cool because I thought it was like he's
Because this is the guy that he wants to sue.
fighting for
Yeah.
free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Eli.
Okay, we're gonna slow this down. We're gonna slow this down because I want to see this man be raped live.
God, I
on-
forgot it was actually sped up because
Yeah.
it sounds so much better when it's sped up.
We're gonna slow it down and we're gonna watch this in regular
Fighting
speed.
for free speech.
I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Eli. It's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more hold up, a feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive and nasty and not
Is that
really
it?
processing them in a healthy way.
That is.
Nothing
Well-
else, just black screen. Okay.
We did get the man to cry. Is he? No, I think that's real crying. Here, chat. Here's what we're gonna do.
Okay, like if you come to their
All right, chat. Split between both of my audiences here. Press 1 if he's actually crying, and press 2 if you think he's faking it. 1 for real, 2 for no. I think I'm gonna be honest. I think it's real. I think it's 100% real.
I think it's real too.
Oh.
It's. Because I don't even want to start with this. Because there's no doubt that over the past few years, iDubbbz has become a shell of his former self.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't be surprised if these do seem like real tears to me, because he seems more like he's been battered. You can blame it on his wife. I know a lot of that. I put a lot of blame on that myself.
Yeah.
And so feeling, even if the whole entire content cop has been really scummy and awful to Ethan, it's still, he probably still feels betrayed because he has nobody else, or he's been made to feel like he's been betrayed, or maybe even if his words are lying, he's using his emotions that he's kept deep inside out. Regardless, I do believe those are real tears, no matter how they've been kind of formulated, but I think kind of all the above is mixed in.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's pathetic.
Add a
too.
third option. No, chat. You can just press 3 if you think it's 3. But like, so that's it. That's the content cop, chat. Yeah, this is the content cop. Overall, like, the black fun. I'll read that here. We'll get to reading you supers here in a moment, chat. But like, I just. It was one of the worst videos I've ever watched in my entire life, and it made a guy that I also hate look good, and that's how bad it was. That's how much I hate it. So, I hate that Ethan made it. I think that the fact that he made it is an absolute fucking travesty, and I think that he is a horrible human being for having made it. And yeah, that's really all I have to. Notice Hassan didn't say anything at the end. That's true.
Good point.
That's true. Oh, man.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Personally, I think I maybe dislike Ethan even more over some of the stuff, like the follow policing on some cases, and how, like, one state doesn't speak for the Jews, but I'm a Jewish spokesperson. That flip-flopping example, like, to me, this actually made me dislike Ethan even more, but it also made me dislike iDubbbz even more too. So my original position in the beginning has not changed, except for I dislike them both more. Oh, and that this was super boring. Like,
it was chat.
It was boring. boring.
Yeah, I was boring. Chad, if I had like 2 or 3 more hours tonight, I would definitely do it. But because I got work tomorrow, we're not going to watch an actual content cop. But I'll tell you what. In the Discord, join my Discord if you have not. You can suggest which content cop you want us to watch. And because we met our goal, we are also going to watch on next week. I'll say not Wednesday, because Wednesday we'll do it on Wednesday. We'll do it midday on Wednesday, where we will react to the Sam Hyde iDubbbz documentary side. We'll also watch a content cop in there as well. So if that is something you're interested in, come back on Wednesday. It'll be more midday before we have our nighttime stream, and that will be interesting. But for now, I was planning to... Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, for chat, if you haven't seen Sam Hyde's version of the interview, I recommend watching that first.
Yes.
Maybe it's because I'm biased, but because it does actually show a lot of stuff that iDubbbz doesn't, and actually makes iDubbbz actually funnier. If you watch iDubbbz first, it's not funny.
Yeah.
But if you watch Sam Hyde's first and then watch iDubbbz, it's funny. So
I did have a stream where I did that. So you should go watch the stream where I did that.
And then in the chat that we had here, I posted a link, one for the black guy who was featured twice in this video for saying what he said about people who said the N-word. And then also the other one was, what was the other one I linked? This was like a couple hours ago, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what I did. It was something else related to this, and I forget what I did. Honestly, I have a terrible memory.
That's alright.
Apparently Aswin Gold revealed that Hassan offered him thousands of dollars to watch the content cop.
Yes, I do remember hearing something like that. Yeah, I do remember hearing something like that, and Aswin Gold was like, no, fuck no.
Which Aswin Gold did it anyways, but yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I was going to look at some of the tweets of what people thought about after this, but because of the time of day, and because I have a lot of super chats I need to work through, I think instead what we're going to do is we're going to read through the super chats, and then I am going to be done. I don't know if you have any that you got to read on your end. If you want to mute or like whatever, I'll leave that up to you.
We can stay on, and then I only have a couple, so then I can do mine after.
Okay. How about, since you only have a couple, how about you read yours first?
Okay, yeah. Let me see. Okay, so Arch, he donated $10 earlier. Thank you again, Arch. You're dumber for watching this. And no, Occo, you will never arrive at any points.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. And then Monolith, 10 biddies. She was 19, you sick freak. How can you, as a 22-year-old, even do that?
Oh. That's awesome.
And then Beezus gave me 69 biddies. Nice. It's over, thank God.
Praise.
So thank you, everybody, for that. Yes, I agree with Beezus, because that was rough. That was fucking rough.
It was very rough. Just as rough as the beginning of the stream when I accidentally let the N-word slip through. Well, it should be okay, though. It should be okay. I can censor it out and post after the video's done and shit. But technically, it was a black man that said it, so it's fine. So, you know, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to go through my super chats here. I got quite a lot of them. Chat, thank you for for whoring it up for me tonight. Very much appreciated. If you don't want to stick around for super chats, totally understandable. You guys have a nice night if you leave. Otherwise, you stick around. I'll read your super chats and try to add as much more context to what you say as possible. So, let's get started here. Goodbye, Jojo. Thank you for being a brand new member. Welcome to Gyat Elite. Very much appreciate it. Did I tell you I changed the name of my my fans on YouTube, my membership goals? Now I have changed it to the Grand Yippee Alliance as a union that the Yippies have created. But because it's spelled GRA, I add the 2 T's at the end to just call it the Gyat, and so when it's perfect.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't put the T's at the end, but it's just like you've joined the Gya, but whenever they up it, I'll just say you've joined the Gyat Alliance. And people seem to be for that union. I'm going to be personally honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. EvaElfpire Ava for 10 says, yippee on me. Thank you, Ava. Very much appreciated. I think she's in bed now, but thank you. I come with bad news. I'm sorry to hear that, Ryan. Heavenly Jester, thank you for 5. The Hassan squad having Zangetsu, with its hilt design, is comical. Out of any anime sword they had, Bankai Zanketsu, it is strange. Now, that's very true. The fact that they had a sword hilt that looked like a pinwheel is very it's insane to think that Twitch is becoming more Nazi-like, and I say that like in all seriousness, not like in not in the way that it's just like trying to dog whistle like some people do, but it is becoming like that, and it is insane to me. Absolutely fucking insane to me. And the fact that Ian is now championing it is insane too. The Grand Yippee Alliance
Horseshoe theory.
Oh, yeah, it is horseshoe theory. Festival for 20. Thank you very much. It's worse than that, Akko. The content cop dropped live while Ethan was streaming. The woman who was/is going to find Creator Clash panic attacked and ran to the bathroom, and Ian lied through text. He didn't mean to drop it then. Man, that is insane. I would want to see the clip for that, but that is so sad. That is so fucking sad. That he drops it, and again, that's just like how scummy Ian is. Like, he knows that he's got these people that are going to fight on his card, and yet he does this anyway. He puts this woman in danger, with all of the internet shit that was going on. We lost Proton John. Uh-oh, hold on a moment. Now you're going to make me look. I'm going to be very upset, I feel like, if it is what I believe it is. I'm going to be very upset. Do you know who Proton John is?
The name sounds familiar. Didn't he get in some drama?
No.
Too long ago.
Proton John. No. Don't you dare. Oh, are people... No. Is he actually... Oh my gosh. Hold on, I need... Where's Temp? This can't be real. He tuned out? Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. I searched up Proton John. Literally, the first thing that shows up is someone saying, oh, why is it not? Is somebody saying, congrats, Claire. No. I can't believe, I'm so upset that I was right.
Hold on.
I am so upset that I was right.
I'm so confused.
Oh no. You are kidding me. He is No. He got cut so hard by his wife that he's transitioning. I am gonna fucking pull out my hair.
We got our tranny on the loose.
Oh. Whoa, hold on. He hasn't said anything about it on his Twitter. Wait, hold on. This crowd of people, hold on. No, he hasn't posted anything about it.
It's on his stream.
Is it like it's on his stream?
I bet you it's on his stream.
Right now. Is he live? He is live right now. Hold on.
Okay, usually when they transition, it's a pretty like a different version of their like base name, and so now he's going from John to Claire. Okay.
Oh man, I need to find the clip.
No, he's talking about it right now.
Give me the link.
Got some live news about another trainee. So okay, I guess who's Proton John again? I remember the name, but I don't.
Oh, he looks so. Oh my gosh, I feel like throwing up.
Okay, so do you know Sugar Conroy?
Yeah, briefly ish.
Okay, do you know the Runaway Guys?
No.
Okay, so Proton John is essentially like a game collector. He's run multiple charity events, but his identity the last few years has basically been Rosalina.
The moment he put on the Rosalina dress, I knew it was happening.
Yeah.
The moment this man, and you want to know what's worse? This man is married to a woman that goes and fucks other women.
Huh? That's like a whole nother level of cuckery.
Yeah, so like his wife is another VTuber that goes to conventions with other lewd VTubers, and without him, this is just.
Yeah, you.
My chat's calling him a granny.
I am legitimately. Fuck's sake.
Why?
I called this from a fucking mile away. The moment I saw the dress, the fucking moment that I saw this man put on the dress, I was like, it's only a matter of time. Why the fuck is he bringing that up on screen?
Because he does this normally. This is normal for him.
So, okay, I'm gonna put a wild guess out here. I don't know anything about him. So correct me if I'm wrong. Autogynephilia.
I can agree with that.
Just based on the picture that's popping up right there on stream, I'm guessing when you said the Rosalina dress to him a couple years ago or whatever case was, how he looks. I'm just gonna call it autogynephilia.
No, it's autogynephilia. It is 100% autogynephilia.
Doesn't help his Chinese super trans pushing. No, that entire like TRG circle is very pro trans. The entire thing. Like they act whenever anyone's like, hey, I'm going trans, they actively cheer it.
You can tell based off everybody's reactions too. They are very happy about this.
What's the big deal?
This is the fade.
Dylan, the big deal is I'm upset that I was right. That's my problem. I was right, and I am upset that I was right. I am extremely pissed off right now.
Yeah, no.
But here's the thing. Proton John is somebody that I fucking loved and respected so fucking much as a child. I loved his videos, I loved his rages and shit, and I loved a lot of stuff that he did. Watching this kind of shit happen is proof to me that he has approached the end of his career. And that he has approached the end of goodwill. Like he's gonna be fine where he is doing what he's doing, but like I think that this is just the end. This is the end of Proton John, and like this is the drop off. This is just... I hate it. I absolutely fucking hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh wait. Wait. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
And obviously.
Oh, I just had a.
Sorry. Go ahead.
My brain just remembered something because I remember a video about Chugga Conroy and about that stuff. So now things are starting to kind of piece. Okay, now my memory is kind of sparking on this guy. Didn't he throw Chugga Conroy on the bus?
Yes, he did.
He did.
Hardcore.
He did.
Like
hardcore.
And isn't that what ended like the whole his? I thought that basically ended his
They
career
kind of
right there.
got back together.
They're still doing that content together, but they just don't. It's not the same anymore. Especially ever since John threw him under the bus as hard as he did.
Yeah, no, John.
every time Emil went on a he kept posting, he's like, hey, I'm doing better. Here's like a life update. I wasn't gonna talk about this till then, but this kind of works now that I'm gonna work with them to get back together and that. And I think Job made a video. It's like, he didn't even approach me about this. I don't know. And he just had a spaz fit over Emil being like, I'm doing great.
Capri Sun, well, Capri Sun's gonna defend his friends. That's not like a big, that's like,
Yeah.
Okay, and here's the thing. I don't want people to think I'm like a raging transphobe or something, but I look at this and I'm like, I don't know. I look at this and I'm just like, I hate this. I don't know. Like, you know, live your truth, do your whatever you want. You know, I still think that if you want to like mutilate your body and do whatever, go right ahead. I'm a little bit more critical of it because of my own gender issues that I had to deal with when I was a teenager. So I'm definitely way more critical of it. And I look at this and I'm just like, with the climate that politics is going today, how long until Proton John is a victim of, like I'm legitimately waiting now. When is the victim? When are we going to see a victim? When are we going to see the I'm a victim of the internet? I'm just like, I am just.
And the problem is we're very certain it was going to happen anyway.
Oh no, I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was going to happen.
Would it have happened if he wasn't surrounded by people who actively praise and cheer anytime someone says they're transitioning?
I don't know.
Was this like a fencer situation? Just probably not extreme.
You know what he wants? No, I agree. He can do what he wants. It's just like, I look at this and I'm like, what was wrong?
He's been live for like 4 hours and only played one game. Yeah, well, that's usually John's streams.
Like, genuinely, I look at this and I genuinely am confused. I'm sorry. Like, I know, I'm not trying to be a hyper bigot here, but I look at this and I'm like, what went wrong? Because I seriously am curious. Like, what was he going on with? What's going on in his life that he feels like he has to do this? Now, anytime a male streamer cross-dresses, people are going to egg on them. Yeah, and I get that. Trust me, some people definitely egg on me too, and it, you know, I don't care. But I look at this and I'm just like,
I feel based off the previous examples, I feel like he's going down a dangerous path because usually these groups of people who do push him into things,
what makes it a bad
thing? Are not the best.
What makes it a bad thing is I feel like this isn't like wholly his decision. That's the problem I have. I feel like the internet has this way where people get ideas into their head and then they just follow those ideas. And I do believe, with no practical evidence, that Proton John was groomed into this. That's what I believe. When I believed when I saw the dress pictures, and I thought it was kind of getting on the edge. I thought when I saw the him dressing up as a female, I thought that was getting too much on the edge. And when I saw that his wife was going to conventions with other women and other men, and it definitely looked like they were having sexy time together, I thought it was over the edge. And it's just like, there's so much, by the way, sexy time without him, where he got to stay home. So there's a lot of factors that I look at. And when I look at it, I'm like, this is fucked. This is absolutely motherfucked. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know what we got here. It's called social contagion.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's exactly what this is.
The next unfortunate thing, I don't know. I just, again, do whatever you want with your body. I don't care in that aspect. I just look at this and I'm just like, this is not his decision. This is something that he was conditioned into. I believe that, and you can't convince me not.
What is mildly funny is it's no longer the runaway guys at that point.
No, it's not. not something discovered on its own. No, I don't believe it is. I really don't believe it is.
Like, it could have been, but the fact that the social norm ever since the 2020s happened is really pushing on that trans, because you're going to be home anyway. You can do what you want. And when the government is actively saying, hey, we'll support you in this, then you have what people believe to be the highest authority ever saying, yes, do this, please. And remember, he's Canadian too.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It's just like, you know, being Canadian is another aggravating factor.
So his wife is fucking him. He's Canadian. And he is probably the only one in that giant circle, in that circle of three of them, that has actively been in more of these
progressive circles.
Yeah. Like the completionist and you know, those circles specifically. He's in more of them than him and Emil are.
I'm gonna continue reading my super chats now because I'm very upset, and if I don't, we're just gonna sit here, and I'd like to go to bed in about half an hour. All right, sorry for that side tangent chat. But I'm just...
Akko actively, like, in all caps, screamed at me in DM saying, "Get in here."
Oh. I'm sorry for Emil. Yeah, Emil is one of the most hurt.
Yeah.
Luka-Jin and John are dead to me. I mean, they've been dead to me for... Listen, Luka-Jin's been dead to me ever since I found out she was a VTuber. And it's not because she just became a VTuber, but it's just like I scroll on her page for 5 minutes. It's like, yeah, this is disgusting.
I heard Canadian. Who we goofing on?
Also, thank you, Balthazar the Insane, for 100 biddies. Thank you. No message, too. So I just slap your dick there.
Oh.
Masay, oh my god, Masay.
I don't like her either. Masay is like a horrible person. I don't like them whatsoever. What's really crazy is out of all of the old guard of Nintendo Let's Players, Chuga Conray and potentially Nintendo Capri Sun are the only two people that seem to be the most consistent. Everybody else just fucking sucks. They all suck, they're all paused, and they're all gonna die in their 50s because they all take too much medication.
It's something about Nintendo too, which really sucks. I'm actually a Nintendo fan, but it's something about those spaces that just about Nintendo specifically that really gets.
It's not Nintendo. It's just the fact that I don't know. We're gonna continue on here.
Read your super chats because we could go on this for hours.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
This kind of stuff is on tomorrow for Nightwave.
What about Tom Fox? I have no idea. I don't really know that much about Tom Fox. I know that he championed what was going on tonight. So.
Oh, he was even in chat, like, putting on John's new name. I saw that. He's like...
Anyway.
I have words for, like, 90% of that group.
We could talk about it tomorrow. I'll let you start. You can start gathering that. Red Hair Cross, thank you for the 5. I don't know if you noticed, Akko, but you got a little knife here in front of you. But you are correct. We did. Wolfsbane for 2. Why isn't Eva on the Wheel of Pain? Did she escape? Yes, she did, and now she is off to bed. And then Grulgar for 2. I'm not high enough for this. Well, I definitely wasn't high enough, and I still feel like I lost for 100% sure. Patchouli for 5 says he referred to the hardcore hugs on October 7th as a learning experience. The song deserves no sympathy. Very accurate. Era Mentaru Areola for 10. Idub's wife is probably going to cuck him with the son. It's not probably. I'm pretty sure it's already happened. Some Shambler for 5. Akko, when did you get that sassy elf child on your lap from? I want one. I got her from the 5. What was it? I got her from the supermarket. You just go to the store and pick one up. They'll come home with you. Wolfsbane for 2. Should have hit and quit on it, Idubs, not marry her. Yeah, he made his bed. Now he's got to lie in it. This is why you don't marry problematic women, chat. All right, you got to make sure that the women are good. See, Amal's a good, good person. You're crazy.
Huh?
That's different. There's a difference between crazy and not good. So I'd say that you're probably
Debatable.
so you're probably one of the good ones. So, Wolfsbane, you're welcome. Wolfsbane for 2. It's like 80% of my dads from MW COD lobbies. Oh goodness. Mr. Schnitzel for 2. Did you notice the Neo Newsy sword? Yes, I did. No. For 5 €5 says, you think this is bad, Elf? Wait till he gets to the 9/11 clip. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was definitely bad. 5 and dime, something like that, chat. Wolfsbane for 5. It was about technical... Yeah, I read that one already. It was about technicals who expose a lot of Smash Bros. Competitors' predators and how the community are 50-50 with him. Okay. And then Ava for $4, 2 each, giving 1 strike and a second strike. Toxic Guy for 5 says, good luck, lol, thank you. War Turkify for $5 says, the last look I remember iDubbbz had was worse in my book. Mullet with a prawn star mustache is just bad. I agree. M2M for 2, please change the super chat goal. I love reactions. Well, we did do that. And then Mr. J, you have anger, the Sargon simp, also hi Maul, lol.
Hi, Mr. J.
Sly Maverick for 2 just gives 2 and says nothing. Thank you. Heavenly Jester for 5 says, Hunter Schafer is the trans woman who they want for Zelda. Ugh. Hopefully not.
I'm pissed about that, but I won't get into it.
What?
Nico Fox for $1.99, just adding to the goal. Thank you. M2M for 2. In the words of the Kino Casino, suffer iDubbbz, suffer indeed. And then Heavenly Jester for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 $2 super chats. Thank you very much. Default name for 5. iDubbbz is a sociopath. Agreed. Thank you for the $5. Ike13 for 5 says, in my opinion, the grossness is an attempt to keep the video as personally disrespectful as possible. I can agree with that because iDubbbz is viscerally disgusting in my personal opinion, both physically and emotionally. M2M for 2. I despise heat. I always prefer fall and winter. Same. M2M again for 2 says, props to Heavenly Just for carrying the last goal. Agreed. Thank you. M2M again for 2. If you're going to Orlando, I'm assuming they're talking about Orlando, Florida, stick to January and February. Okay. I'll keep that in mind if I ever decide to go to Disney World. M2M, live to win till you die, till light dies in eyes. Thank you. Ike13 for 2, time to talk weather and watch Storm Chasers. Thank you. Anna Cross for 2. Sure, let's talk about rain. Thank you. Jim from Discord for 250 Filipino pesos. iDubbbz is an opportunist he used to do edgy content when it was popular up until it wasn't. Then he jumped ship to hang out with Hasan and his buddies. Leafy 1 fatality. Yeah, I would agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. Default name for 2. All I remember is back in the day, Reply Girls. Ugh. Cool. Ike13 for 10. Alright, the taunting at the beginning, the being gross, this is just, quote, I got butt hurt, so now I'm going to personally attack you, unquote, in a content cop costume. Very true. That wasn't content cop. That was content slop, as some people like to say. Anacross for 10. That's the neat part. It's not content cop. It's content slop. Thank you. Default name for 2. She's 6% Lebanese, not 50%. Ian is lying. I'd have to look that up, but I'm pretty sure that is accurate. Jim from Discord, thank you for 125 Filipino pesos. 2 tards fighting and the quote-unquote internet goes together like peanut butter and cream cheese sardine soup. That sounds gross. M2M, thank you for the 5. The Love Boat soon will be making another run. The Love Boat promises something for everyone. Sorry, I just had song lyrics stuck in my gosh darn head. And then M2M again. Oh my gosh, I gotta think of something to chat up. The goal's about to end and I want my message to count. I gotta fill up with something. Okay, here we go. You guys are crazy with the goals tonight. Thank you. Heavenly Jester for 5. I have Tourette's. It's clearing my throat. Eating anything heavy makes it flare up. No, yeah. There are some people that have very wonky little tics. For our friend, it is when he gets too much sugar in his system, he just starts screaming the N-word. Or screaming gay. Or dicks.
Literally me.
Literally, yeah.
Literally me. I may have said the N-word a couple times on streams before. It's fine.
Oh goodness.
So, as an idea for Amal, we have a in a private server with him. We have a channel called Curse Quotes, and it's 90% him.
Really?
Yes.
Oh god, that's beautiful.
We've debated posting it online, but we know that we'd get banned.
God, I
Maybe
would love
not
to
on
see
Twitter.
that if you guys don't mind sharing.
Maybe not on Twitter.
Yeah, not on Twitter.
I can steal some of those quotes.
Here.
You can just let her in the server. Mercenary for 2. As long as his food doesn't have chems in it. Yes. As long as if you don't have chemicals in your food, it does drastically improve your quality of life. I know that if I have non-chemically laden food, that my health is a lot better, and I actually operate at a much higher capacity. Mercenary for 5. Elf Lawyer, I got OCD, ADHD, Asperger's, autism, yet somehow I'm more stable and put together than iDubbbz and his group. How is that possible? Well, I will tell you that Asperger's and autism are technically the same thing now, but God only knows how you're able to operate better, because that is a lot, but you operate way better than iDubbbz. So
well, you're not being cucked.
This is true.
So that does irreparable damage on a man.
True. Default name for 2. He's not Ethan's lapdog, but he is Hassan's lapdog. True. Heavenly Gesture for 5. I'm very progressive. If I was offered 1 million to fight any male actor, I'd choose Elliot Page. Oh, that's mean. And then Taru Areola for 5. Fun fact, the black guy in Eclipse said he didn't mean it in his compliment. I'll believe that. And then Heavenly Gesture for 2. Notice Hassan didn't say anything at the end. Yeah, that was really insane. Probably because he didn't have anything nice to say, period. Heavenly Gesture for 2. No, it was Noah Sampson's video, not Content Cop. This is true. And then Ian Andrews for $5 dues. Paying the yippee tax. God hates us because he allowed Proton John to be transed. And that is where we are going to end it for today. I think I'm going to go cry in a corner, because my childhood has just been, like, utterly eviscerated.
Well, real quick, I got a few more biddies on Twitch. Surviving Alter did give 100 biddies to say that the 3 trio, the Creation Dragon, the Clown, and the Sizable Elf. So we got some love for this this trio here. So
Hell
thank you,
yeah.
Zabaya and Alter. And Butler the Insane, thank you for 300 biddies. Miss Amal, I should state that when I donate, I don't have much to say other than so much to say often, other than I just want to express support for streamers I believe matter. So please take this gift. Well, thank you, dude. That's so sweet. As does Viathan the Alter again for 100 biddies, respect to the mods, and then Bezus for 1 biddy, disrespect to the mods. So looks like the Janies are out late tonight.
Yes.
Mod
Yes.
disrespect.
Mod
We have a
disrespect.
mod.
Mod disrespect.
Nobody cares about you.
I do need to get a new mod eventually for my chat, because we are getting enough people where another mod is possible. Is probable.
Dad, I'm being replaced.
No, you're being given a buddy.
Oh yeah, I don't need to be here all the time. Fantastic.
No, you're getting a buddy so that you don't get overwhelmed. You still need to be here. You're just not gonna have to pay attention 100% of the time.
Oh, I don't pay attention 100% of the time anyway.
Exactly.
Like today. I walked away.
Yeah. Anyway, chat. If you're on YouTube, I'm sending you over to Yellow Flash. If you're on Twitch, I'm sending you over to Mizu. Thank you, everybody. Make sure to come back tomorrow for Night Wave or Dog Wave, and
Yes.
I'm gonna go cry in a corner now.
I'm sorry for your loss.
It's okay.